Rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Cougar, it's go time. It's a Monday morning. Hope you enjoyed a nice long weekend. Digits still intact, I presume. Get you motoring through here. Back to reality on a Monday. It was a beautiful weekend, man. I played golf on Saturday. I don't play much weekend golf. Saturday morning out at the beaches, and man, it was beautiful. Got spit rain on a couple of times, but other than that, I don't know if I've ever lived. I don't know if I can remember a July 5th in Jacksonville in the area that was as pleasant as it was Saturday morning, which was a shocker. That was nice. The golf, not so much, but hey, we had a good time. Anyway, Dylan is in with us again today. It was E's birthday extravaganza weekend, so, just hoping he's still above water here this morning. He'll be back tomorrow. Hicken will be back tomorrow as well. I don't know. I know he's up in New York watching the Boy Kings travails. I don't know if he was going to get to a Yankees-Mets game. If he did, for his sake, hope it was Friday or Saturday. The Yankees finally got one yesterday, broke a losing streak. The All-Star rosters are announced. We're going to get to that coming up. Also today it's official. It's final. It can be morbid. It can be sarcastic. But it's coming. It's coming today. Dearly beloved, we're gathered. The official obit, the funeral for the 2025 Atlanta Afraids. It happens today. I'm not going to give Hicken the pleasure of representing in this case, the Mets or any other team to the festivities. It's a somber, morbid occasion, and I'm ready to put the dirt on the coffin, man. Pat it down hard and get ready for next year. But the official funeral will come a little later today. I really think there's one thing that has that bag of bones in a uniform still with a job. And in this case, I'm talking about manager Brian Snitker. And I suppose it's because Atlanta's hosting the All-Star game and he's a coach on the team. So they're just doing him that favor. I mean, honestly, though, if I'm the Braves by Thursday, I've got an interim. I mean, this guy is managing like he's got dementia, gang. And I don't mean to poke fun at something serious. It's atrocious, man. If you're still watching the Braves, God bless you. I still fell into that category here for a while. I don't know what I'm going to do here for 3-4 weeks with no baseball, but man, I got no taste for the hardball right now. That's for doggone sure. Thanks to Team No Heart. So we'll officially put him in the ground today with the funeral. It's a rite of passage here on the drill. One or both of us lay him to rest. And so now it's just like, I told y'all I was right. I told y'all it was over a while ago, but today, the finality of it. We put the dash on the season. And the final dash there will read July 7th, right? 6th. July 6th. That's the date of death. Ugh. Couldn't come soon enough for those jokers. I'm sure, by the way, I can give you a group of about 30 guys could give a care. Yeah, that'd be the roster up there in Atlanta. They could give a care about this funeral this morning. Whatever. Whatevs, as the kids would say. What else we got? A lot today. We got Fred Taylor, so the Monday morning running back coming your way a little bit later today as we count down now. It gets pretty serious counting down to the football season. Training camp is what, 10, 12 days away, isn't it? Aren't we reporting like on the 19th maybe, the young cats? I'll get the exact dates, but we're sitting here on July 7th already. So, yeah, I think it's toward the end of next week that at least they start to kind of filter in. This is a nice down period for folks that work inside the NFL franchises, right? I mean, there's a couple or three pockets of the year. It's almost like they're in like the education system. If you're married to a teacher or somebody that works in education, they go so hard to get through. But this period between the mini camp and the training camp, that 5-6 weeks, I bet you just about everybody's hung up the gone fishing sign, and they should, right? You gotta decompress and come in ready, and that goes from Tony Baselli on down the line. So good for those guys to be able to get away here. It's a football team that has a lot of promise for sure, and we're gonna really start grinding on what this team is going to be. And that process will start the breathless overreactions that we will all go through in training camp. But, man, it sure is, particularly offensively. I spent some time this weekend. I played golf this weekend for a dude who works for the Bucs. And was picking his brain a little bit about Liam Cohen, And, boy, he said the offense will be good. He did. He said Liam Cohen can also really command a room. So he'll register with that locker room. Stories that we hear of, players commenting on that probably are going to be pretty accurate moving forward. So just some more Jags observations will drop down on you here as we move closer to training camp, which is coming up here in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, rookies report July 19th, which is next Saturday, and the veterans report July 22nd.
Yeah, there you go. So here we are, just around the corner. Pads will be popping before we know it. And, man, then you know how this works? It works like this every year. We wait on training camp to get here, and we're excited, and we get down there, and we cover it, and there's storylines, and then there's a preseason game, and then we watch a bunch of numbers and names that we're really not familiar with and don't trust will even be on the roster come September. And then by about August 8th, we're ready just to fast forward to September, aren't we? Let's just get some ball. Me personally, I go ahead and fast forward to September right now. I will, we will make many observations and evaluations and suggestions about who's trending where and who needs to do what. And, until they take the field September, 7th, 8th, whatever that opening Sunday is, I'll reserve judgment, man. Let me see some guys on the other side what we're trying to do. But there's certainly, I will say this, there's probably as much to legitimately be excited and optimistic about for a 4-win team as you can get for a 4-win team. You feel me?
100%.
For a team that went 4, most teams that went 4-13, they're at least 2 years away. Listen, you can always this time of year get all fired up about your team. We certainly know that with all those string of double-digit loss seasons that, have permeated the franchise. But like realistically, genuinely, most 4-win teams are at least a couple of years away, and this doesn't feel like this team doesn't feel like that. If they can I think the offense, if healthy, is going to do their part. I do. I think there's enough there. Can the defense show a massive amount of improvement without a ton of different personnel? Right? We're really counting on coaches here to get the most out of the talent with the right schemes and the right substitutions with the right depth chart, because there's not an influx of new on that defensive side. Now, there are a few pieces, don't get me wrong. And again, the big wild card here, and we talked about this, late last week, the big wild card here is Travis Hunter. And how much defense does he play? And as I suggested, late last week, I don't remember if it was when Dylan was here on Thursday, if it was the day before Wednesday, but look, you could argue that corner is one of our weakest spots. And you could also argue he's the best corner on the roster. I don't know how you can't play the best player on your roster at a position when you're a 4-win team. So I think we still got a lot of TBD when it comes to Travis Hunter. We'll get a lot more idea when we see some training camp and some padded workouts and some game planning and some dual workouts with the Dolphins. And then, of course, the preseason. I think we'll get a lot better idea to just how the breakdown may be. But gosh, again, I guess to repeat it for the 100th time, I'm all for Travis Hunter playing all the plays on both sides until it's shown that he can't or that it's too much. And by all, I mean what all means, 80%, right? Nobody's playing, well, not nobody. Most corners, receiver, we've done this before. Brian Thomas Jr. played like 81% of the snaps last year. There's just some rotations and down and distances and other scenarios where you're not going to be on the field, even if you're a a premier starter. So, anywho, we'll talk to Fred Taylor today about the upcoming camp, about the upcoming season, and we'll pick out some storylines to go along there. Well, look, I'm not going to do this every time USA plays soccer. I appreciate Team USA playing soccer last night because it sent me down a rabbit hole where I got to get excited about a couple of soccer stories. Shame on me, way behind on them. But did you know, Dylan, that on the U.S. women's national team, by the way, if you're wondering, that's the good one. On the U.S. women's national team, Dylan, we got 2 Jacksonville girls.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Shame on me. So one thing I miss about doing local television, especially back in the day, even pre-Jaguar, Dylan, we made, we had to fill newscasts with finding these local interest stories. And so this is one that would not have gotten through the wickets on the TV side. But yeah, there are 2 young ladies on the U.S. women's national team. One of them a starter. A young lady from Bowles. They also there's a goalie on the team. Both these girls are Jacksonville girls too, but there's a goalie on the team. So anyway, it's Avery Patterson is the Bulls girl. She's, I think, a defender and a starter on the U.S. women's team. And then the goalie, oh gosh, I don't have her name in front of me, but I'll pull it up. There's also a goalie played at Sandalwood. And I mean, again, born and raised Jacksonville girl. So I thought that was cool. And it was, researching the U.S. men's national team. And a 2-1 loss to Mexico last night. But I mean, listen, how do you expect to beat Mexico? I mean, look at the continuity and infrastructure. I mean, look at all of the time and money that they must devote to their soccer program down there. How are you going to beat a well-oiled machine and country like Mexico when it comes to beating them in a sport? Huh? I mean, good luck. Or maybe you lost to Mexico 2-1. Maybe I think it was the first in outright losses, maybe the first in 6 or 7 tries in this CONCACAF Gold Cup, which I guess goes every couple of years. I don't know. I can't keep. There's so many. Dylan, these soccer tournaments, man.
I can't keep up.
There's just one after there's this cup and that cup and Club World Cup and UEFA and CONCACAF this and FIBA. I don't know. FIFA, I guess it would be. FIBA would make sense. That's basketball. So there you go.
And the Olympics.
Throw the Olympics in there too? Yeah. All right, I'm going to parse through here some of the listen, the fun of the All-Star game is pointing out some of the really eyebrow-raising roster decisions. And look, I'm not big on banging the drum, but at some point, man, Major League Baseball, gosh, they just got to get with the program, dude. They got to get with the program. And I'm sorry for every up-and-comer that's coming out there, out there. If you really want to grow the game of baseball, the All-Star game has to have all-stars, man. Give me one feel-good story, and hopefully he's a guy who's about to become this superstar for the next few years. But there's one name in particular it's not on the team, and it just makes no sense, man. And by the way, I'll happily sacrifice. There are 3 Braves on the team. So right away, we can dump 2, whoever they are, and add guys that should be in. There was one name in particular that it's just it's a name that the All-Star game is made for, and he's having a good year. So that will highlight some of the baseball talk when we come back on the other side. It's too early for the funeral. We'll have that a little bit later this morning, but it's coming. We're going to get somber music. It'll have an obituary, the whole 9 yards. Think I'm going to produce it any less? Yeah, we're putting those jokers 6 feet under. 2026 can't come fast enough. And by the way, it's time to blow it up. Yeah, blow it up. A lot needs to change inside the lifeblood of that baseball franchise. They showed an awful lot this year. Yeah, there are injuries that could have knocked them back, but if they were the champion DNA, there are a lot of all-stars on that team playing like freaking double-A'ers. And that's a problem. That's a problem. So Team No Heart officially put to bed after another pitiful performance this weekend. And their manager, by the way, should be shot to the sun out of a slingshot. But I guess the All-Star game will save us that. And, good feelings and tidings and all that. You got a great opportunity. You got to coach the Atlanta Braves. You won a World Series. Time to go, son. Time to go. Just to stop this insanity. The mismanagement of day-to-day is alarming, man. And if y'all still watching, you know what I mean. Just terrible decision making. Just I had one guy text me this weekend. He swears the guy's gambling. And Major League Baseball should investigate some of these harebrained, horse feather decisions that are made. I've gone way too long. Let's take a quick time out. We are live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, getting you up and rolling toward, another full week. We got a full one coming now. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Launch the downloads.
Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
And initiate sequence.
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachurst Plumbing, here to help.
Duval Fence is looking for the best in fence installers. Check out DuvalFence.com right now and fence in a great job opportunity. From estimates to installers, they're looking for you right now. Log on to DuvalFence.com for all the details. Equal opportunity employer.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit BarrOrthopedics.com.
Football season is almost here, so before it arrives, I'm going to get my home organized. Lauren Brooks here. Closets by Design creates custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms or entertainment centers, anywhere that needs to be organized. Call today to schedule a free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off with free installation. Yes, that's 40% off plus an additional 15% off during the month of July. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
This is 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold's recently hit an all-time high at over $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non one impact window while you're at work. Window World has high quality, very affordable hurricane rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World,
simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Oh, you got to get the brain to activate. You get a sip of coffee here. Dylan's busting back with a pop quiz. Okay.
Yeah, long 3-day weekend. I saw this on, I forget if it was Instagram or TikTok, and I feel like I wanted to ask you this.
Safe to say I saw it on neither, so there we go. You're off to a good start.
Jeff, there's been 14 first-round NFL wide receivers who didn't get 100 catches in their career since 2000. Of the 14, how many do you think you can name?
Okay.
2 of them are Jaguars, too.
2000, 24 years. Am I allowed to look at the drafts?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. How many? 100?
There's 14 guys.
Now, do they have to have been? I mean, does this include like the most recent dudes?
No, I didn't include most of the guys that are still active.
All right. So you say the Jags have drafted 2?
Yeah, 2 of the 14.
That didn't get to 100?
Yeah, and they were all drafted in the first round.
Wow, it's hard to say because I got all 3 of those dudes. Their careers were just so. Certainly Reggie Williams got to 100, didn't he? Matt Jones, didn't Matt Jones have like 71 years, 65 something? What about Justin Blackmon? Was he such a short career he didn't even get to 100? I'm not missing anyone that the Jags took out. R.J. Soward. Let's go with him.
that's definitely one of them.
Yeah, there you go. R.J. Soward. Have I mentioned the other one?
Yes, you mentioned.
It's one of those 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like, gosh, Blackmon played such a short time, but I think Matt Jones got to 100.
He did.
Yeah. So it's Reggie Williams or I'm gonna have to go Blackmon.
It was Blackmon. He had 93 catches in his career.
I wonder what Reggie had. Reggie would he probably just pieced together enough 20, 30 catch season. All right, so we're looking for first rounders since 2000. Those are my 2 Jags. Yeah, I'll get this. Like I said, I don't know if this is cheating. It's got to be referenced. I mean, I got to just see. I'll be able to pick them out, I think, as I go along here. All right. That's it for the Jags, though, right?
Correct.
Even though, man, the 2 that I mentioned didn't do much, did they?
No.
All right, so we're looking for first-round receiver. Yeah, I'm thinking of a couple guys.
There's been 7 guys since 2016 that didn't get to 100 career catches.
Since 2016, even. There was that cat Ross. Was that his name? Yeah, what's it?
John Ross.
John Ross.
Cincinnati broke the 40-yard dash.
That's correct.
Record at one point in time. He's one of them.
Yeah. What about these 2000 receivers? So first rounder: Sylvester Morris, R.J. Soward, Peter Warrick went 4th. Sylvester Morris got to 100, didn't he?
He did not.
Okay, boom. I'm making a mockery of your deal here. Okay, I'm good there. I'm gonna go. They all got there. It's hard to not get to 100, man. That's just like, all right. How about what about? Did Bryant Johnson get to 100?
He did.
He did, huh? All right. That's a lot of names, man. There's a lot more taken in round one than you would have thought. Yeah, most guys, even if they're like struggle, they'll at least get Calvin Johnson, pretty good pick. He got to 100, I think.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Donnie Avery gets there. These guys get there. 100 is really pitiful. What about Darius Hayward-Bay? He get to 100?
He did.
Yeah. I'm just kind of going through them now. We're already up to, you said since 2016? Let me go up there.
Yeah. There's been 7 guys since 2016 that didn't get to 100 career catches.
And they're already, and I'm assuming the way you say it, they're already done. How about Corey Coleman?
Yeah, he's one of them.
All right. How about, yeah, those Treadwell got there, right?
Yes, he did.
John Ross said him. He didn't get there. How about, yeah, those guys both there. Man, since
there was one guy, he was drafted to New England at the end of
N'Keal Harry?
Yep, that's one of them.
Yeah.
One person was drafted by the Raiders. Very short career because he's not playing
Henry
anymore.
Ruggs.
That's another one.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs is another one.
This guy was drafted to the Eagles. I think it was either 2019 or 2020. And they drafted this guy over Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, who was that? Oh, gosh, and he just landed with somebody. Jalen Reagor.
Mm-hmm. So he's still playing, but I don't think he's going to get to 100.
Yeah. And then you got these guys that are so recent, it's probably unfair to
You got one guy who was a Gator, first rounder, won a Super Bowl, made a big play.
Oh, Percy Harvin?
Mm-mm.
I was going to say, he got to 100. A Gator?
More recent than that. He played on the Chiefs team.
Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, that's it.
Doesn't have 100, huh?
Nope.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get to 100 either.
All right, there you go.
A couple others are Freddie Mitchell, Charles Rogers, Greg Davis, A.J. Jenkins,
yeah,
Josh Doxson.
A.J. Jenkins, local kid, right?
Yep, from Jacksonville. Went to San Francisco.
I would have thought that Freddie Mitchell got to 100. I would have thought, but yeah, there we go. There's some numbers to throw around in your head. All right, I just want to kind of set the tennis situation. The former Gator Ben Shelton goes today. Half of the final 8 is set after the weekend. It included Carlos Alcaraz advancing. He's the 2 seed, believe it or not, but the 1 seed is been knocked out already. And also in that side of the draw is Taylor Fritz, the American, so he's into the final 8. He will play tomorrow. Today, though, Ben Shelton, the former Gator, has seen his pro career get off to a really good start here these first couple of 3 years, and he'll play 9:30 this morning. The 1 seed still is alive. He's up on the top half, Jakob Center. I saw that movie Sinners this weekend. That's an odd movie. Have you seen that one, Dylan?
Not.
You much of a movie watcher?
No.
Yeah. Man, when I was your age, all I watched was sports. And as I've gotten older, I watch a lot more movies. But have y'all seen this movie Sinners out there? This is, all right, spoiler alerts are coming, buddy, so turn it off. I'm not going to tell you, like, exactly what happens, right? I'm not going to go there. This is how we roll on this show, okay? Like shiny object guy. Let's go here for a while. So this movie Sinners was the most bizarre thing, and I'll just say this. I won't give you any spoilers. I guess it's probably relatively new to the on-demand section there. It's the one with Michael B. Jordan. You know who that is?
Oh, yeah.
He played Creed, among other
Good
things.
actor.
Good actor, and he plays dual roles in here. He plays twins. He's really good. He does. By the way, I'll go and tell you this. This movie is so odd, and Jordan does such a good job. Promise you when the Oscar stuff comes out later this year, this Sinners flick will be there. It will. Whether you like it or not, or watch it or don't, it checks those weird boxes. And he was fantastic doing both. So anyway, I digress. So I'm watching this movie, Sinners. And I'll just say this. If you know nothing about the movie going in, and I'll keep it at that, because now it occurs to me that's part of the charm and oddity of this movie, okay? Dylan, you watch the first half of this movie, and it's a genre. And I'm not going to say what they are. I'll give you 2 genres that they're not. You watch the first half of the movie, and let's say you're watching a slasher film.
All right.
And then, like, zip, zip, something happens. In the last half of the movie, you're watching a Western musical. That's what I mean. Now, neither one of those two are involved in any way at all to this movie, but I'm saying you've got, like, this certain genre vibe going, and then it's like, whoosh, out of nowhere, oh, no, it's this kind of movie. That's Sinners. and again, maybe I'm like so behind here and I'm like being too delicate in my descriptions. I guess if you're going to see Sinners, maybe you've seen it already, but odd flick. That's all I'll say.
A lot of movies recently, there's not like, I know like a lot of it now is streaming, and it used to be you go to the theaters and watch movies. I don't feel enticed to watch like any movie that I'm like, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. I just settled this time of year, especially with my baseball team dead, man. This is the time of year where we watch a lot more shows than movies, and then September will come, and I will take utter and total control of the remote control, and it'll be like football 6 days a week is what it'll be on.
As it should be.
Yeah, I'm that sicko watching the MAC on Tuesday night. So yeah, once football gets here, we'll transition, and in some ways I've been relieved of the burden of Braves baseball. More on that with an official funeral coming later this morning. So that'd be excited. Wake the kids and gather the family, bring the flowers. Don't bring flowers. If you do, bring black roses. That's what these guys deserve. Yeah, any extravagances they can pay for with the trillions of dollars that they make and the other trillions that the team refuses to spend. So, yeah, bump those guys. Don't bring any special fond memories. We're coming to the funeral. Bring rotten eggs and tomatoes. Boo them as I lower them in the ground. Pelt them with tomatoes and eggs. By the way, I'm not going to give them a coffin. I'm going to dump them. I'm going to dump the cold body in the dirt and cover it up, man. Yeah, no, I'm not, yeah. Bump the funeral expenses. Dump them we're going to dig a hole. Dylan's what we're going to do. We're going to dig a hole. Have a little graveside service for the pathetic 2025 Atlanta Braves. No coffin. Plop. I'm not even going to put them in a bag. Plop. There's a pale skin. Just there. There you go. And don't have to worry. Any of you, like organ harvesters, don't bother. You damn sure ain't going to find a heart in there. Back to Wimbledon again. Ben Shelton will play today, the former game. That's at 9:30. We'll go today. And Novak Djokovic still alive. Was it 100 career wins he reached? He reached a milestone this weekend. Only a few in Wimbledon history have reached. So we'll see how the rest of the final 8 shapes out. I'm pretty sure on the women's side that the U.S. ladies, they gone. Pretty sure. Let me double check here for you before I just, I'm sorry. Anna Samova is still alive. You go, girl. She'll play tomorrow. Yeah, and it looks like that's it. That's all we got. The ladies we'll play 2 more into the 8 today. And, we got Navarro, too. Yeah, there's another girl going today. That's right. USA. All right, so the All-Stars were announced yesterday. All right, I won't go into this ins and outs and read off to you all the young All-Stars you've never heard of that we'll try and force feed into the game. And I don't know if you can call them snubs. When you say snub, then you're indicating that someone else doesn't belong. Major League does have this one rule that if you're aware of, if you're a big baseball fan, you're probably aware of. It doesn't exist in other sports. The Pro Bowl can be announced every year, and if your team doesn't have any Pro Bowl worthy players, you get skunked. Obviously, NBA basketball rosters are short enough that not every team can have a player represented on the All-Star team. And by the way, it's a dumb rule to include everyone. It defeats the purpose of what an All-Star is. And back in the day when baseball didn't have interleague and didn't have every game on television, maybe it was more important and had fewer teams. Maybe it's more important to include a player on every team. It's dumb to just have 30 spots immediately taken. And for some sad sack franchise, it doesn't have anybody doing anything. Their best players' best numbers should have to be better than some other mediocre teams' mediocre players' best numbers, or you're dumbing down the game. But more than that, there's just certain choices that should be pretty obvious when it comes down to it. So whether it's a snub or maybe we just say oversight, Juan Soto should be in the All-Star game, you dodo birds. I'm sorry. Matt Olson is in the game. I know they play different positions. I don't care. Matt Olson is an all-star and Juan Soto's not. Soto's got 21 homers, 51 RBIs. He's hitting 260. I mean, is he a victim of his own standard? I don't know, maybe. Dude's got 21 homers for a team that is much of the year was the best team in the National League. And by the way, last year for the Yankees, he hit 288. He hit 41 homers. Right now for the Mets, he's hitting 263. He's got 21 already. He's on pace to have a typical Soto year. He's going to have, if he continues his pace, his second best power year of his career. He had 41 last year for the Yankees, 35 the year before with the Padres. He had a year where he had 34 for the Nats. Well, he's going to shoot by that. But more importantly than that, it's the All-Star game. Don't forget sometimes that second word, star. And so I don't need some obscure Major League Baseball All-Star getting in because he has to have one, because your team has to have one. And it's a bigger mess now because there's so many teams. You know, again, back in the old days, you had 18 teams. All right, you're barely touching the roster. But now, man, if you turn on the All-Star game, you ought to see Juan Soto. He ought not be excluded. Look, if a guy is having a terrible year, it's surprising, by the way, that Soto didn't fare better in the fan voting. Like Acuna got voted in as a starter. And he's terrific. He's the only Brave that should be in the game. Chris Sale got him, but he's injured, so he'll be replaced. When I say 3 Braves made it, really it's 2 because Sale is not even eligible. And then Matt Olson gets in as a third first baseman. Make that make sense. Whatever. I don't care what his numbers are. The Braves are a colossal failure. I've seen Matt Olson fail over and over and over again with runners in scoring position in games that mattered. They all do. Acuna, Riley, Albies, Ozuna. Put runners on second and third, buddy, and the pitcher suddenly is throwing 184 miles an hour. Didn't
they have one inning the other day where one of the guys started off with a triple to start the inning? Yeah. And he didn't come home?
But runner on third, no outs, and not scoring. No outs. I wonder how many times the Braves have done that this year. They maybe approached double digits this year, have a runner on. If you put scoring position, no outs, and they don't get them in, I bet you 30 times in 80 games.
I believe it.
It's pitiful, man. It's just.
And the number of games they've lost by 1 or 2 runs is because of that.
And their record and it's just hard. These are all heart stats, man. They're all heart stats from starting the season 0-7 with no heart to losing all the 1-run games, the close one, no heart, to not coming through in the clutch stats, no heart. They're just a no heart bunch about to go in the dirt. 2025, they're in the loser pile. And for a team with great DNA and a lot of young talent locked up, it is inexcusable to not at least be a 500 team and keep some sort of, momentum and positivity and optimism going. And now, instead, the columns that will be rightly written for the next month and a half and through the offseason is how big a mistake did the Braves make with these super long extensions for all this young talent that suddenly decided they're not worth a poop. Back with the football fix, and big news for Florida State on the recruiting trail, and a story that perhaps you're napping on when it comes to that topic. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL. We're live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Royal Portrush in Northern Ireland hosting the Open Championship in a couple of weeks, the final major of the year. Scotty Scheffler, the plus 450 favorite. Rory McIlroy, 7-1. John Rahm is 12-1. A week away from the Major League Baseball All-Star break, Los Angeles Dodgers plus 245 to win the World Series. Detroit 7-1. The New York Yankees are plus 750. Aaron Judge of the Yankees minus 1,400 to win American League Most Valuable Player honors, while Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers minus 2,000 to win National League MVP. Score $500 in rewards at the G-Bank First Bet VSiN Trifecta. Details at vsin.com/GBank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
You wouldn't drive your car 50,000 miles without an oil change. So why are you ignoring your septic tank? That thing's working round the clock, taking every flush, shower, and mystery casserole down the line. Eventually, it fills up. And when it does, you do not want to find out the hard way. Don't wait for the stink. Septic tanks need to be pumped every 3 to 5 years. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic pump out with the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the duck.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Prize, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com. Storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through July 31st. And financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Listening that fits your schedule perfectly.
Absolutely brilliant.
Go on demand. Ad-free shows after the live shows end.
How about that? Channeled by
Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
It's Christmas in July at Beard's Diamonds with as much as 40% off everything in the store. Maybe it's time to treat yourself to a fabulous fashion ring, necklace, or bracelet. You can do it now and save as much as 40% off Beard's already unbeatable prices. And don't forget, Beard's is the town center's locally owned diamond superstore. Don't settle for the corporate chain store experience when you can get the value, service, and attention you deserve. Don't miss Christmas in July. Save up to 40% exclusively at Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Hacker here, and I want to tell you one of my favorite things about Awaken 180 Weight Loss, and that's the personalized coaching that you get with Awaken 180. Now, a lot of weight loss programs, they'll give you some plan off their website, and they'll say, all right, have fun, see you later. Not Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Prime example of that, my Coach Kate. I've had phone calls with my Coach Kate over a year now, every single week. She's been advising me, she's been guiding me, she's been motivating me, and as a result of that, I'm down well over 100 pounds. I'm on the maintenance program now. The coaching you get with Awaken 180 helps you reach your goal. It is absolutely sensational, and it separates Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Do what I did. If it's time for you to lose weight like it was for me, go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. Take it from me. If I can do it, you can do it. Get involved with Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
The SEC and the ACC will face off in Jacksonville at the 81st TaxSlayer Gator Bowl game December 27th at 7:30 p.m. Join us for Saturday Night Football in prime time at the bank. Preferred locations and pricing available now at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back here on The Drill, the Monday morning edition. Fred Taylor coming up at the 8 o'clock hour. I got Sharks tickets as the Blood in the Water in the arena coming up this weekend. Back for another home game, 9-4, ready to make that final playoff push. We'll visit with Sharks head coach Jason Gibson this morning as well. Get you primed for that. Lots of good stuff coming up. It's kind of an undersold story. You know, we talked earlier, referenced to earlier this morning, that it's hard to be a 4-win team and have enough genuine to be optimistic about as the Jaguars do. A typical 4-13 team returning in the NFL, unless they, Mahomes went out for the year. A typical 4-13 team doesn't have enough to really be optimistic. Yeah, you can think they are, and you can try to be, but the Jaguars would just health and improvement could very easily be a 10-win football team this year. There's a similar kind of story I think can be drawn, a parallel here with Florida State football, at least when it comes to this topic. Noel's got a big one on the recruiting trail yesterday. Chauncey Kennon is the number 27 prospect in the country. He's the number 2 cornerback in the 2026 class. And he chose FSU over Georgia, Miami, and Florida. That's a big in-state win for FSU. We talked late last week that Napier and the Gators have won most of the in-state battles or have done better in the in-state battles, although Miami and FSU are both higher in the 2026 rankings, and that's what I'm going to circle around to. But it's a nice in-state win. They've had trouble getting that top Florida talent. I think Mike Norvell is realizing we got to grassroots recruit better. This relying on the transfer classes, yeah, when you hit it, it can bring great riches, but if you don't, look what happens. But the FSU recruiting class, depending on where you look, is knocking on the door of the top 10. I'll pull up the on-3 rankings. Gators, I think, got another one this weekend too. Maybe a defensive line prospect. But here we are right now in the recruiting rankings. USC is number 1. Look at Lincoln Riley out there. But Florida State, with that commitment now, I have 22 overall commits. 14 of those are 4 stars, and they are up to number 12 in the on-3 composite rankings, which, again, is number 12 awesome? Is it where the real powers in college football are positioned? Well, no. But they're 2-10. I think it says an awful lot about your powers of persuasion. By the way, we've also got this, remember this negative narrative we had last week that FSU is making these kids sign these really restrictive, NIL deals? So to be 12th in the recruiting rankings after going 2-10 a year ago, and not a pretty 2-10, I think it's pretty significant. And they got a big one yesterday. They're up to 12. Florida, by the way, is number 15, but they only have 15 commits. And this is a compounded list. So FSU is going to fall behind some of the teams that are behind them. Like Texas is 13. Tennessee would likely jump them. Florida is going to jump them. But they may stay ahead of Penn State. Penn State's 16. They already got 25 recruits. But Florida at 15 ultimately will probably end up over Florida State. They don't have as much room left to fill. Like I said, Florida's total right. FSU's is 90.481. Florida's, this is the average, I guess, 89.873. But they're going to have 7 more recruits to add to that. But, here are the teams around. This is where Florida State falls, though. This is my point. USC, you could argue, they have a great year last year. They weren't 2-10. USC, Georgia, Texas A&M is, with that money, they're always going to be able to flash in the recruiting cycles. Certainly not a great team, so they wouldn't fit this little storyline, perhaps. Notre Dame is number 4. Alabama 5. Ohio State, LSU, Oregon, Michigan, Clemson. These are the teams in front of FSU, and right behind them, Texas, Tennessee. Those are playoff teams. In fact, if we look at it that way, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playoff teams in front of them, and then a 6th and a 7th just behind them. And again, more, relevant because they were a 2-win football team a year ago. All right, fire the band. We got a football fix. We take you a little bit past the limitation of the broadcast clock this hour, and I drop in just a few news and notes, and I also want to give you the chance to get these Sharks tickets coming up at the end of the segment, so stay tuned. The Football Fix brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks and the home course, the Jointed Creek Golf Club. Tee it high and let it fly. I'll see you on the course, the home course. Boy's going to sneak away here for a couple of days, a couple or 4 in the next couple of weeks. So I will, quote, see you on the home course. The offseason storylines you hate to see for a variety of reasons, but a Cowboys All-Pro arrested on 2 misdemeanor charges over the weekend. This according to online records. He's a kick returner, Cavante Turpin. Isn't Turpin the one that had that fabulous spin move against Washington?
Yes, that kick return.
Yeah, that kick return.
It looked terrible, and then it was like, oh!
He hit some sort of, Madden game X button. Something. He did something. Let's see. Facing 2 misdemeanor charges. This, according to Allen, Texas police. Possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces. Unlawful carrying of a weapon. Posted bond. He's been released. Also a wide receiver. Signed a 3-year, $18 million extension with the Cowboys in March. Produced that dynamic kickoff. 99-yarder for a touchdown against Washington. By the way, his average kick return, 33.5. The second highest in the NFL since the 1970 merger. Had a punt return for a touchdown. The only player in the league last year with a kick return and a punt return for scores. He's also the first Cowboy to have a punt return, kickoff return, and receiving touchdown in the same season. Caught 31 passes last year as well, but certainly some negative storylines there, that's for sure. The Steelers have signed their GM to a new 3-year contract. The Steelers been kind of non-Steeler-like this offseason. Gotten a little active here lately, but the trade for DK Metcalf, they traded for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. They let Najee Harris go. They traded away George Pickens. They obviously added Aaron Rodgers. So really making a lot of moves up there in Pittsburgh, and I guess they like the blueprint, at least so far. And finally, A woman is in jail after she and a former financial advisor were accused of stealing millions of dollars from a former Dolphin safety, Rashad Jones. I hate these stories, man.
There's too many of them.
Isaiah Williams is Jones' former financial advisor. He's accused of stealing $1.58 million from Jones by using his access to the Pro Bowler's personal bank account. Used the money on luxury items. Of course he did. This week on American Greed. I love that show. You watch that show, Dylan?
Negative.
They laundered another $1 million with help from Octavia Monique Graham, who Jones told investigators he never met. That's just so weak, man. You trust these people. That's a lot of money these pro athletes have there at their disposal as well. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. We give it away free. That's Shark tickets, and come kind, come courteous. Caller number 4 right now and take home a family 4-pack. They got great ticket deals, and it's a great way to spend a Friday or Saturday evening down inside the arena with your Jacksonville Sharks heading quick towards the playoffs. All right, back with more at the 7 o'clock hour. We got Fred Taylor coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, and much more to bandy about. Until then, you are listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Who are these men?
Where's my trusted associates? Am I right?
Joe Cowart.
Am I left?
Matt Hayes and Leon Searcy.
No.
Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
Tired of high energy bills? Well, replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now. Don't miss Renewal by Anderson's summer sale. Buy 4 windows or doors and get the 5th one free. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months, but this offer expires July 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Summertime is busy with graduation parties, summer barbecues, festivities, family gatherings. The month of July, National Carpet Cleaning Month. So Zero Res is offering $45 per room of carpet clean and 20% off air duct cleaning services as well. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com or call them 287-5727 and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spelled backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res. Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
All right, sports fans, Hicken here. Let's talk skin. Me, myself, and I, and Beaches Dermatology, are reminding you all, man, wear that sunscreen, right? Got to wear the sunscreen. Why? Because you're outside all the time in this great state of ours that has and is the Sunshine State. So if you're an active parent hanging at the fields in your boat to fish, you like to chill at the beach, wear sunscreen. Because if you don't, there can be some ramifications, short and long term. Skin cancer is not something you want to deal with. So when grabbing the clubs for your tea time, you're gassing up the boat, you're grabbing the chairs for your kids' game, make sure to bring the screen. And if you have any concerns on your body right now, go see my friends, Doctors Boudreaux and Metz, the best in the business at Beaches Dermatology. By the way, they've been taking care of me for decades now. Give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Dick's Deal Days are happening now. You won't want to miss our biggest sale of the summer. Scorecard members earn a $20 bonus reward on your purchase of $150 or more. Plus, 3 days of amazing savings start Tuesday. Check out offers from brands like Nike, Adidas, Hoka, and Stanley. And check back daily for new one-day deals Tuesday through Thursday. Score the season's hottest savings before they're gone on July 10th. Shop in the app and on Dicks.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Friends, we have a very special guest on the line.
The Checkmate Coatings phone line is where the action happens.
Where's the phone? Over there.
Get expert interviews and listener opinions all day, every day, from The Drill all the way to Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Yo, it's your boy E to the T here, and I know that getting into an accident is stressful, but getting the proper care doesn't have to be. That's why I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. Even if you're at fault, your insurance covers you. And remember, you have the right to choose your own doctor. Even a minor accident can cause whiplash for years if it goes untreated. So don't wait. Call the auto accident experts at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. Your recovery starts today.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Coming soon, Pine Royale, a fully illuminated synthetic par 3 course built for day or night play. Plus a driving range with TrackMan Tech for virtual courses and interactive games. Mini golf, restaurant, and bar all in one place. Whether you're a serious golfer or just here for good vibes and great food, Pine Royale brings fun nonstop. Smash a burger, a bucket of balls, and even a night round under the lights. Grab your clubs, your crew, and your short game. Pine Royale is coming soon off I-295. Learn more at pineroyale.cc.
Football season is almost here, so before it arrives, I'm going to get my home organized. Lauren Brooks here. Closets by Design creates custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms or entertainment centers. Anywhere that needs to be organized. Call today to schedule a free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off with free installation. Yes, that's 40% off plus an additional 15% off during the month of July. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Baker Glass. Jag exec Tony Vaselli is keeping it real. He says the off-season program is important, but the real evaluation starts when the pads come on and the hits get live.
We've been purposeful of sitting down and talking through not just what we're going through now, but what is it going to feel like, what is it going to look like when the Bolts are flying.
Big-time recruiting win for the Noles. Chauncey Kennon, the top cornerback in Florida, committed to FSU over Georgia, Miami, and Florida. That's a 5-star flip with serious impact. And on the diamond, Tampa Bay spoiled the Twins' walk-off streak, scoring 3 in the 10th to win 7-5 in the series finale. Meanwhile, Edward Cabrera gave the Marlins a silver lining, tossing 7 strong innings in a 3-1 loss to the Brewers. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:05, it's 76 degrees. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler, Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken. You know it! Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth. All right, gang, we transition into the 7 o'clock hour. We've got Fred Taylor coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. I'm going to start with a daily. Hick is on his way back from the Big Apple, or from at least the Empire State. E.T. is celebrating his birthday weekend, and I don't know how that shindig went down, but no signs nor sounds from either one of them.
I know he's alive. He texted me not too long ago.
I'll get him squared away.
There you go.
We're
officially holding a funeral for the Braves at 7:45. So if you want to gather the loved ones around for that, don't be squeamish. I want to put earmuffs on the kids in the back if you're taking them out to the camps this morning. You're getting up and out about them. Yeah, Uncle Jeff might get a little salty. Although the cuss bucket's doing pretty. I put $6 in it. We're $6 into the cuss bucket. That's not too bad, man.
So is it $1 for every
it's
time?
$1 for every slip up.
That's not bad for you.
That's not bad at all. People don't. You know what's funny? People don't notice that you're not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I played golf. Played golf with Baselli this weekend. A group that include Baselli. And just to reiterate what he said there, they're kind of in Operation Take a Break right now, as they should be, right? There's been a lot happened from the end of that season until the end of mini camps. I mean, just think about all of the change down at that stadium. Everybody just needs to take a deep breath, right? Decompress a little bit. The guys with families and golf and some of the other deals, you need this time to kind of decompress a little bit. And we'll visit with Tony in more official capacity when we get to the end of the month. Not even the end of the month. July 19th, training camp opens. I mean, this just in. It's July 7th. So, we're going to get right back into the football grind mode here pretty quick. And we'll go ahead and talk some of these Jaguars offseason storylines and more with Freddie T when he joins us coming up about 8:30 this morning. Got a Dailies double take for you. I'll be Dylan's best friend by the end of the hour. More on that in a second as I do today's Dailies Double Take, brought to you by The Dash. Oh, the deliciousness will be on display right here in studio. Yeah, that's right, Dylan. I got sandwiches coming in for you.
You got all kinds.
Dylan's like me. He likes that instant oatmeal. I catch him eating that in the morning. He won't make the move that I've suggested, though. You still haven't done it. You still haven't mixed it with milk,
I'm still doing the water. I've done it since I was 5 years old.
Bro, I did it since I was 5. It's time to, to take
grow up.
Good. No, it's not really grow up. It's somebody who's doing something different. They can tell you, I am a maple brown sugar instant oatmeal super fan, bro. I'm Hall of Fame. I was eating maple brown sugar oatmeal before you were born. Like, before your dad was born, buddy. Okay? Love it. So I know what I'm talking about. When you make the transition, because you all microwave it, right? When you make
45 seconds.
When you make them, here's what we got to do. Could you just do this for me? Just for me, and then let me know. You only have to do it once.
Okay.
Here's what we're doing next time with your maple brown sugar instant oatmeal. We're putting 2 packs in, not one.
I do 2.
You 2 at a time, or you do 1 and 1?
No, 2.
Okay. You put 2 packs in. You're going to mix it with milk, not water, and you're going to put it in the microwave for $1.30, not $45.
Okay.
Life-changing. I predict, as a maple brown sugar instant oatmeal super fan, that once you go milk, you won't go back.
I did the milk one time, but I put it in the microwave for about 45 seconds to a minute. It didn't taste as good. So I'll do the minute 30 tomorrow.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, this could be a fact. Do you like milk?
Yeah.
You drink milk? Now, when you make your instant oatmeal with water, do you mix milk into it?
No, just straight water.
So you've never had milk. See, I've never had oatmeal without milk as a mixer, man. I'm not saying even in the old, there was a day there was no instant oatmeal, my friend, and Mama had to put it in a damn, oats. Yeah. Like make oatmeal in the morning, and you had to, flavor it with sugar or send whatever you did, but you poured milk on it, or at least I always did. You people out there eat oatmeal with no milk? Anyone? Text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Does anyone eat oatmeal without milk? Dylan, obviously. So, whether or not you like it, I guess mixed in, it might make a difference if you don't normally just put a splash of milk on it as a part of the oatmeal. I'm going to stand by my suggestion that you'll be fine. All right. See what I just did off the Dailies Double Take and the Dash. Be bringing sandwiches in here in about an hour. They got a great promotion going on this summer's Build Your Own. I mean, they got you can do 1,000 different ways to do it. So I got that, and I got a couple of those chicken sandwiches just as a flyby. So we're going to be sandwiched up here, Dylan, coming up a little bit later this morning. All right, now back to the Double Take. After we left on Thursday, do you see this tweet that, what time is this coming? 3:45 on July 3rd from one Cam Little.
I did not see this.
Cam Little is the Jaguars kicker.
Right.
So, yeah, Dailies Double Take. This isn't a 5-yard running start kickoff, but we got Cam Little just banging through as he summed it up there. Just a little casual 72-yarder. And it's Cam Little with, one of the ball holder contraptions there. And, yeah, sure enough, he bangs it through from 72. What is the current record for longest kick? What is it up to?
I think Janikowski got it.
No. Justin Tucker is beating that. Is it 66? Look up the longest field goal. And it may have been tied once since then. Didn't Tucker get that at, Detroit? Didn't Detroit?
Yep, he got it 66 yards.
66.
That was in Detroit.
And was it Matt Prater before that, 65 yards? Or do you not have the...
Brandon Aubrey's got a 65-yard field goal last year.
Cowboys. Wow, 65. It's going to go to 70, isn't it? Somebody's going to hit a 70-yarder. Lane Kiffin got lampooned. What you might be thinking of is he sent Janikowski out to try some 70-something yarder.
Yeah, it was a 76-yard field goal in 08.
And it wasn't
that's the longest attempt.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. It was ridiculous. But 66 for, I think, I'm pretty sure Justin Tucker's 66 happened at, I think the Lions had some incredible choke or something. Like they turned it over at midfield rather than just.
And I think it hit the crossbar and it bounced in.
That's it, man. That's a long way. Remember the playoff year, and the Ravens got the ball down to the 45 or whatever, and Tucker had about a 60-yarder on the last play of the game. And, buddy, if you were behind that view they showed behind the kicker, it looked like it was, going to be absolutely true, and that comeback victory was going to be pulled away from us, but then it came up short. And
Matt Prater had 64 yards in 2013. So you were right. If Matt Prater had the record at 64 and Brandon Aubrey last year, and Tucker still got the record at 66 yards from 2021.
We're mixed here on the milk. Yeah, we're how much milk? I would put the amount of milk to mix it that you would use for the water. I don't know what the exact. Many years ago, I stopped having to measure it. I just got a good eye for that.
Same here.
Yeah, the right amount of water.
You just pour it in there to where it's not dry. And
it depends on how thick or creamy you want it, and then you kind of make your adjustments. So, yeah, that's how you should do it. This is a good idea. We could do a blind taste test on the air. It's too late, though. I won't see Dylan again for about, 2.5 years. He'll have to come in here one morning. Here we go. Here's gotta have milk. Same with instant grits from the text line. Does Denmark put water on your Cheerios too?
Man,
these are the milk.
With cereal, man.
These are the milk, guys. Here comes another. We all eat it with milk. And then no milk. Eat oatmeal a lot. Maple brown sugar and apple cinnamon, same as me. Here's another one. No milk, just filtered water with regular rolled oats, no flavor packets. Yeah. San Juan, Puerto Rico hotel breakfast, eating oatmeal. Life-changing, Jeff. There you go. It's a good way to do it. Here's oatmeal with water, microwave. With all due respect, Jeff, I have a suggestion. I've only done water, but heat up the milk by itself and then add it to the oatmeal and put a paper towel over for about 30 seconds. For some reason, makes that's along the same lines of just mixing it, with the milk to begin with. Cup of milk for 2 packs, someone says, if you need it. Nah, I just do it by the eye. It gives you a suggestion on the side of the box, doesn't it? Yeah?
I would assume. I don't even look at the box. I don't look at any of the directions on the bag. I just pour it in.
You bet you do.
Water, 45 seconds in the microwave, in and out the door.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, that's how you do it. Wow, man, I love the PGA Tour. I don't need a big name on the PGA Tour for it to be a really good watch for me. And that was the last hour and a half, 2 hours, the back nine of that John Deere Classic, just waiting to see who was going to destroy themselves next is a lot of fun for me. Now, they did it. It's not like the U.S. Open where you have a lot of people and you can have these wild shifts because somebody's going to make a big number. No, the difference in the John Deere is who can go make the little number, who can go do that, who can maintain the nerves. At one point, we had like 6 guys at 16 under coming down the stretch, and at various times it looked like maybe Max Homa was going to break through and get a win. It's been a while for Homa, but he seems to be finding his game a little bit. Somehow we end up with Brian Campbell there near the top of the leaderboard again. You guys remember the story of Campbell, right? Do you remember this dude? He won earlier this year. I think it was in Mexico. He beat Potgieter in a playoff. Potgieter's the dude who won last week. Well, anyway, But when he won, he had only played like 3 PGA tournaments in his career. He hadn't played a PGA Tour event since like 2017. He couldn't even crack an egg on the Corn Ferry. He'd gone off and started doing insurance. I mean, and now he's won twice in the same year. 6 multiple winner already this year on PGA Tour. But man, that pressure of competition is what separates professional golf from exhibition golf. And yeah, you can give me much bigger names. You can give me Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, and Sergio Garcia all tied for lead coming down the stretch at a live event. And I would yawn because it doesn't matter who wins. It's not an impact for any of these guys, win or lose. 0 impact. Those dudes coming down the stretch on PGA Tour, it's their livelihood. Take advantage of this opportunity or maybe not have a card next year. And that juices that primes the pump for me way more than name value. And by the way, and look, there's also this, I'm just super, psycho sports fan, that the name value was there for me. I know all these dudes, what they've done, where they've won. I don't need to have the top 5 in the world battling to enjoy having to execute golf shots. So anyway, this guy, Brian Campbell, spoiler alert, he ends up winning in a playoff. So he's won 2 events now. It's literally unbelievable. What a story. He's won them both in playoffs. He ended up beating Emiliano Grillo in the playoff, and Grillo played the playoff hole like a 10 handicap, where he blew his drive to the right, then he airmailed the green, didn't read the flyer lie with the wind, and then he tried to, pitch one up and left it short, just like a 10 would, and then made a 5. And maybe I've made a 5. He got to pick up a 3-footer because Campbell down the middle, rifled a little draw into the flag, got a 15-footer, put it right on the edge, tapped in, gets his second win. But there were other guys involved, and one of the dudes who just missed out on the playoff, I would suggest might want to change his name. Get a stage name. You can still proudly claim your family name. I get it. There are a lot of people walking around with names. I saw this dude in the Canadian Football League last night, Dylan. He returned a punt for his touchdown. His last name was Pimpleton.
Ooh.
So sometimes you got to ride that. It's your family name, I guess. For me, my name was Pimpleton, and God bless you, Pimpleton's listening right now. We're all good. If I was Pimpleton, I might change my name. I might go with a stage name.
Ocho Cinco.
There's a guy on tour, lives in Ponte Vedra. We've had him in studio, friend of the program. He's a PGA golfer. His name is Adam Shank. I just don't know how you can play golf as a pro with your last name being Shank, and it's a ha. We made every person who interviews Adam Shank ever brings that up, right? Well, there's another guy, and I hadn't really considered his name. This is a journeyman name. It's a name that if you watch a lot of golf, you'll remember as familiar, but he's never won on tour. By no means is it a big name. But his last name was never more appropriate than what happened to him on the 18th hole yesterday. All this player needed to do, well, not all, but he needed to roll in. He jackhammered his drive out of play and had to just pitch it out to 100 yards or so. So he was gonna have to get up and down to make to turn the 2-man playoff into a 3-man playoff.
Yep.
He's 1 shot behind. So he hits it up there. Really, after having to chip it out back into the fairway, he hit a really good wedge shot. He probably had 12 feet, maybe 10, 12 feet, and he could have tied. And he hit a beautiful putt, man. It was a kind of a downhill. It was slowly breaking to the right, and the camera angle they have is set up right behind the putter and the ball, right? That angle, y'all know that if you watch golf. And so the ball is sliding down toward the hole. It's hugging the left edge. It's starting to break. And man, this guy has made this putt. He's hit it perfect. And it lips out.
And he took a step to the ball.
Oh, yeah, we've all done that. And you get that, it's like you get a gut punch.
Oh, no.
Yeah, if you play enough golf, you've all taken that first step to pick your ball up out of the hole, and then suddenly it doesn't go in. And so anyway, instead of making the playoff, he watches the pole lip out. Nothing worse than a lipper, especially when it matters. And then you look at the leaderboard and you realize that the dude who was just had this terrible tragedy occur, his name is David Lipsky. Yeah. I don't know. My name, I might need a Shank and Lipsky. We might need to go with some stage names, man. I got a putt to make it into the playoff, keep my hopes alive to win my first PGA event. Of course, I'm going to hit a lipper. I'm Lipsky. You're listening to The Drill. We're back with a 10-minute drill. Dylan will offer up some headlines from the sports world and more. We're up and rolling inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Saluting the spirit of Jacksonville's workforce. Jacksonville's live and local sports radio. 1010XL.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC expert, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Hey, say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Associates. Hick it here from my friends at Bowden Eye. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you the latest options. Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision, no hassle, no fuss. Are you ready to see the difference? It's easy. Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden Associates. They're keeping the First Coast focused.
Need cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash, and they're ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. And gold market prices are at a record high. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
Hey, poker players, Christmas in July is back at Best Bet, along with daily high hand promotions. This month, get ready to cash in on over $700,000 in high hands at all Best Bet locations. And ride the waves into Best Bet St. Augustine for chances to ride away on a Yamaha Wave Runner. From table games to tournaments, Best Bet has a spot for everyone. Visit BestBetJacks.com. That's BestBetJacks.com for all the exciting details.
Firehouse Subs has fries. Your hometown hero since '94 just cranked up the heat. Hot subs, crispy fries, golden, pillowy on the inside, and perfectly seasoned. Over 30 Jacksonville locations. Firehouse Subs, homegrown and now with fries.
It's hurricane season. Protect your home with 904 Gutters with a Z. That's right. Z as in zone defense for your home. Water damage hits hard. 904 Gutters with a Z hits back harder. Search 904 Gutters with a Z and make the right call.
I'm Max Fink, and I'll bring you the Gator Report several times weekly to keep you connected to Gainesville.
The Gator Report, put together by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jacks Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Mike Dempsey, and now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacks Beach. Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress. Just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacks Beach or visit apexroofingfl.com.
Maxed out on credit card, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. And now, let's light up the Firehouse Subs 10-minute drill.
You know, Dylan, I'm feeling somewhat inspired by the summer blockbuster season, and we got to talking about movies earlier. I told you I watched that Sinners movie. You guys seen that one? It's an odd movie. Somebody asked me on the text line, well, did you like it? Yeah, I liked it. But I can watch weird stuff. This is Pete raises her eyebrow at me sometimes, some of the weird stuff I can take in. Anyway, but I've been inspired now for the theater experience. Maybe I'll go see that Jurassic Park movie today. What do you think of that? I often will claim that I'm going to, back in the day, the old me would say, I think I might go see a movie today, and then there's no chance in heck that it would ever happen. We got a pretty good shot here today with this one.
I haven't been to a theater in 3 years.
I haven't been
maybe.
We haven't been very much. And, you know, we live out there in Northwest St. Johns County. When they built that Cinemark Theater there in the, that Durbin Town Center, boy, we got shortchanged out there, didn't we, gang? Remember when they were building that thing? They said we were going to have more restaurants than the one at the Jacksonville Town Center. That's the biggest lie that business has ever sold in history of the First Coast. What do we got out there? A whole bunch of, not much. Anywho, they built a theater out there, and boy, we thought with the theater literally, right around the corner, 5 minutes from the house, I bet we start going to the movies a lot. Been in a house like almost 20 years now, and that theater's been there probably 10. We've been there maybe twice. Maybe 3 times. It is hard. To your point, though, when we talk about this earlier, it's harder now to go to the movies because everything's available on streaming.
And you get it right away.
Quick. You get it right away.
It's so simple. You don't have to pay.
I was surprised, though, because okay, I'll give you a little inside the business, right? Peel back the curtain. Unveil my personal side. Jurassic Park, I've got a history with Jurassic Park, and me and Mississippi, one of our first dates, we saw the very first Jurassic Park. Way back in like 92 or 3.
How many have they made now?
It's about 6 or 7,
okay, yeah,
5 or 6 maybe. I don't know. But the point is, I thought we had seen it. And so we've kind of made a point. It's kind of a joke. We've seen most of the Jurassic Parks in the theater. And then I was going through, so I was thinking about going to see Jurassic Park, so I was just kind of going through the rundown of what they've already made. And lo and behold, I realized that there was the last one I never saw. So I watched that this weekend too, Dylan. When you got no baseball to watch, funeral's coming up next segment, then you can reach a lot of different areas. All right, enough of that silliness. Let's go through some of the sports headlines.
Yeah, so remember we were in here Thursday. We were talking about the 7-team trade, how ridiculous it was. Well, it finally went through. Kevin Durant officially going to the Houston Rockets. The 7 teams includes, I believe it's 6 players, a couple first-round picks, and 12 second-round picks. I mean, aren't those second-round picks like almost irrelevant? I mean, the chance of that hitting is just next to nothing.
Especially when they're dealt. I mean, certainly we can go through and find some. I think was Jokic maybe a second rounder.
Yeah, he was. Draymond Green, Manu Ginobili. There's a couple.
It happened, sure, but no, you're most of the stars are really coming in the top 10. Not all of them. I'm not saying that, but although we did say that this past finals was an exception, 9 of the 10 starters in the finals were taken outside of the top 10 of the first round. So certainly there's some depth, but I agree with you. It doesn't often come in the form of second rounders. I do believe, we don't need to break this down, I think this is just a conglomeration of all the other little deals that have been announced. Isn't it?
100%.
They just kind of package it up different ways. So if your team has been involved in a deal, nothing has really changed. They're just kind of
piecing it all together
so that it behooves them. I continue to see my Atlanta Hawks as one of the big offseason winners. I don't know. We'll see. I think that would speak to, you think the East is wide open. It's even more wide open, you think, if you're putting the Hawks up there in contender status.
I've seen their odds to win the Eastern Conference have went up substantially. Since the offseason started. So
yeah, I wouldn't trust it a bit, but yeah, I've seen that too.
Also in the NBA, I saw over the weekend, Chris Paul he's probably going to say this is going to be his last year. Which you would think, I mean, he's going on, I think, year 20 for him.
Wow. Never won, did he?
No, never. As close as he ever came was with the Suns. When they played the Bucks, they went up 2-0, and then Giannis came back. Remember, he had COVID, I think it was, and then that whole weird thing where he didn't have his brother, and his brother came back, and then the Bucks went on and won 4 straight. So CP3 doesn't look like he's going to get his ring, but he one of the better point guards.
Is he going to play? Did he sign somewhere for his last year, or is he just looking to sign somewhere? Where was he last year? The Spurs, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to play one more year, he pick the right one, man. Go play somewhere where maybe you can get that ring. Sometimes you never get it. Karl Malone never got his, did he?
Nope.
There's a lot of them that tried, maybe 1 or 2 stops late at the end. Barkley never got his. Played on some good teams. These guys have played on good teams. Chris Paul's been on some teams. Was Chris Paul, wasn't he on the Rockets team that blew the 3-1 lead to Golden State?
Yep, because it was him and James Harden.
Yeah.
And, they weren't able to close that one out.
Man, there's some second-level stars like the level below Steph Curry that are there because of Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma City also blew a 3-1 lead to Golden State in one of those playoff seasons. And that's how James Harden is James Harden and Steph Curry is Steph Curry, right?
You can rely on one in the postseason, and you can rely on one to get you, 40 points in the regular season, and just not a team player. And you got to be a team player once you get to the postseason.
Yeah. Well, and you got to have that clutch in you.
Yeah. Did you watch any Summer League over the weekend?
I saw Walter Clayton's debut.
Yep.
Typical Walter Clayton. Y'all ready for this? He plays for Utah. They're down 82-80 with like $1:11 left. And who pulls up and hits a 3? Walter Clayton Jr.
Go figure. 9 points, 6 assists. He got a couple of boards.
Yeah, he was very, very. They were raving. They brought him off the bench in this first game, and so I think they're probably going to try some different, personnel groupings. But he was really solid, like you said. 9 points, 6 assists. I think he played 22 minutes. And with a lot of the attention on Ace Bailey, who was the 5th pick, and the narrative was he didn't want to go there, or this was a guy trying to pick and choose where he might go. All the attention is on him. And by the way, he shot terrible the other night. He wasn't getting rave reviews. So there's just Walter Clayton Jr. being Walter Clayton Jr. First game of the Summer League went a lot like his final games as a collegian. Big moment, late in game, knocks down the go-ahead. And it's going to be fun to watch him. I'll find myself watching Utah and Walter Clayton Jr. He'll be a fun follow.
Yeah, you along many Gator fans.
I also, by the way, I'll just mention it. And in fact, now that I'm mentioning it, I'm going to go. It's a reminder to check the box score. But Will Richard was playing last night. Wait, hold on. Will Richard was playing last night for Golden State. Let me see what his numbers were. I saw the only thing that I was able to see was a missed 3-pointer.
Yeah, he got 16 points.
16, that's pretty good.
Team high, 25 points, pair of threes.
Okay.
4 rebounds, 2 steals.
It seems like if you could draw up a spot for Will Richard to succeed, for him to go, it would be Golden State. Yeah, 25 minutes. He was in the starting lineup. 8 for 8 from the line. That helps. 4 rebounds, an assist, couple steals, just 1 turnover. So, yeah, pretty solid start for Will Richard there. And then, Elijah Martin landed where? Toronto?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's another one to kind of keep our eyes on. But, yeah, Clayton and Richard, both their Summer League debuts, and both just kind of carried over from that late season college success.
Yeah, and the last thing we'll do here before we get to the funeral for the Atlanta Braves next segment, College football recruiting's been heating up. We were talking about Florida State. They got a big 5-star from Sarasota Booker High School. Did you see there's a big kid, a 5-star receiver from Miami Northwestern, Calvin Russell. I saw him play. I've seen him play a couple of times, from highlights on Instagram and stuff, but he played against Reigns in the state title. Freak athlete. You see where he went to school, where he committed?
I did not.
He could have went
Texas
anywhere in
Tech?
the country. No, he went to Syracuse.
Syracuse, that's what.
Well, that was odd. Seeing a kid from Miami go there. But
today's NIL, I don't know. I don't know if anything's odd.
No, and I mean it's just one of those first things. You see him go to Syracuse, you're like, that's weird. And you're like, that's probably money. And then you move on from there. And then also,
I did see, but along those same lines, I saw one of the best D-line prospects, or chose Texas Tech. Texas Tech is throwing just millions upon millions at their athletic programs out there. They got a super donor, and that's what Texas Tech is. There are a lot of people pick Texas Tech to be a playoff team this year. Now that's based in part because they play in the Big 12. But yeah, they're going to show a proclivity to see if they can spin their way to relevance.
Yeah, and the kid you're talking about, I think since this new pay for play thing, it has nothing to do with the name, image, and likeness. The school can pay the player. He got like a 3-year, it was like $5, $6, $7 million.
Yeah, and then they're adding with other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, they're literally, it's already to the point that college stars are making more than they'll make starting their NFL careers.
Yep.
They'll go into the league and they'll make $1.1 million their first year, and they'll leave having just made 4.2 or whatever it is.
Did you see George Kittle went on Bustin' with the Boys podcast, whenever it was, a week or two ago? And for like the rookies, you stand up and you say your name, the school you went to, and you say your signing bonus.
Okay.
Well, now they added something newer this year. They say the NIL they made at the school.
Good. Put a little pressure on these guys coming in.
And there was one dude, he didn't say whose name it was, but somebody for the Niners made like $1 million or $2 million. He's like, dude, why didn't you stay in college for another year, man?
It's a fair question.
100%.
It's a fair question, and I think some of these basketball prospects are really learning that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay here and play. Unless you're Boogie Flan or you're Walter Clayton a year ago, or whoever. It behooves Clayton last year. I mean, Richard and Clayton both coming back probably made NBA rosters. I think Clayton probably is going to end up on an NBA roster no matter what. He's just a baller, but it definitely helped him coming back for sure.
Yeah, and then the last thing in recruiting, did you see Larry Fitzgerald's son?
Yeah, Notre Dame, was it?
Yep. So now Notre Dame has the son of Larry Fitzgerald, the son of Thomas Davis, the old linebacker from the Carolina Panthers, and Michael Finley, who played tight end for the Packers.
Sure.
Usually, I'm not that old. I'm only 27. I remember watching these dudes play in the NFL, and it's like, geez,
that's the first sign. Hey, buddy, that's the first sign of getting old.
Like, that kid's old enough now to
that's
play?
Right. That's right. And buddy, wait till you get even older. Wait till you're twice your age now, and it's like grandkids. And you're thinking, dang, that guy's got a kid still in college. And then you look it up, oh no, it's the third generation. That's his grandkid that's in college.
I know recently it was Marvin Harrison and Asante Samuel. They both have had kids.
There's a bunch
now
of
you've
them.
had these.
Yeah, to the point that when Jake Paul fought that Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And people saw, I had people say, man, he's only 39. No, that's Julio Cesar Chavez that know's kid, and he's 39. All right, that's the 10-minute drill. We got a swag bag for him. What do we do?
We got a pair of voucher tickets to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp this week. They're at home against Norfolk for a 6-game series. You want those tickets? Hit me up at 641-1010.
Some people call it a funeral. Some people call it a celebration of life. I'm going to call it a celebration of death. Oh, heck yeah. Let's pop the champagne and put this misery to bed until next March, where Team Afraid will probably just let us down again. You're listening to The Drill. We're live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
That's right here. Hello. Radio waves sound great when you're next to ocean waves. 1010 XL. Catch the wave.
Here's Linda Beaver.
The dog days of summer are here, and so are the hottest deals of the year. Whether you're hauling down the street, cruising on the beach, or just escaping the heat, we have the ride you're looking for and the wow you experience you deserve. Save big on select models with sizzling summer savings, low financing, and limited time bonus cash on all trades. So don't sweat it. Come beat the heat at Beaver Automotive, where the summer deals will wow you.
As a law enforcement officer, safe roads are one of my top priorities, ensuring everyone can get home safely each day. some never will, due to aggressive driving, being distracted, or speeding on the roads. And too often, that results in the toughest part of my job and the longest walk in my life. I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
9 people will be killed on our Florida roadways today. Don't let it be you or a person you love. Buckle up every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Love is in the air. At Beards Diamonds, listen up. Couples, this is a great offer. Hick and here from my friends at Beards Diamonds. Out for a limited time. Buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Woo! You about to get married or been married for years, thinking it's time for an upgrade? You can't miss the deal of the year on the ultimate symbol of love. Beards has hundreds and hundreds of bands. Top designers, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands, eternity bands. Oh, my goodness. Nobody has a bigger or better selection of wedding bands than Beards. So get to Beards. Find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second free. Hey, the big box corporate jewelry stores, they can't touch this. But Beards can. Through June 23rd. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss the opportunity to celebrate Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy. Why so glum?
Stinky ice cubes, Jason. It's all downhill from here.
What?
The tap water at my place smells kind of funky. Funky tap water makes funky ice cubes. I meet a nice girl, invite her back to my place for a cocktail, and blow my whole romantic gesture with a mojito that smells like dog's feet.
Wait, I can totally make you way cooler.
I'm not taking your charity ice cubes, Jason. I have my pride.
Your pride is safe. Our plumbers can be at your house the day you call and install a whole home water purification system. Water tastes better, dishes come out cleaner, even your hair feels better after you shower.
Ooh, the ladies love a man with soft hair, don't they, Jason?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend every day worried about the water in your own home, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Teach your birdies to sing with Dan, Jeff, and PGA pros on Brunch with the Tour. Teed up by Clearwater Irrigation and Apex Roofing and Contracting. Brunch provided by Chick-fil-A. 8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a fight for the last slice of pizza? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. There's nothing like the ambiance of a custom-built fireplace. The team at CSS can design and install the perfect setup, including wood, gas, and electric models, whether you want the elegance of an indoor fireplace or the warmth of an outdoor fire pit. You dream it, they build it. Visit their showroom or online at cssfireplaces.com.
You dream
it. We build it. CSS.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
You see them, you let us know, we get the word out. If you're traveling via airplane today, be careful up around the airport. Multiple reports with a drill speed trap alert up there, Airport Road, up around the airports. Keep those speeds down. Get there safe. Give yourself plenty of time. And most importantly, keep that cash in your pocket. That's a drill speed trap alert brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories. Downtown, 2nd and Main, online at WilliamCatlin.com. They got radar detection and more. Truck guy. Shout out Dailies. Dropped off the grub. Start this summer sandwich series. Build your own. And, man, go on the they got all kinds of different combos. Get it any way you wanted it. So we've done a couple of concoctions there. You know what I did? I got me an Italian then I added turkey. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. Sounds delicious to me. That's the whole idea of build your own. If you build your own and it's not delicious, what are we doing? That seems fair. Well,
don't get choked up now.
Dearly denied, we are gathered here today to only note the feeble passing of a once honored baseball champion. That cold dead body in front of you, that's the Atlanta Braves. Born on date March 31st, 2024. The season was, March 27th, 2025. The Braves were born. Doctors immediately took note. They were born with a heart the size of a peanut. Doctors tried their damnedest to keep him alive. They went right into neonatal. 7 days and 7 losses later, the peanut-sized heart managed to still beat. But at 0-7, it was pretty clear what kind of life this pitiful little heart was going to lead. And so on Sunday, July 6th, we officially lost him. Sent down a path of so many other fallen soldiers through the years, usually reserved for different cities, for sure. Not often that the Braves are among the first put in the ground. We're not here to honor him. They leave behind Ronald Acuna Jr. and nothing else. Not a relative remains that you would want to come to your family reunion. So at this time, I'd like to invite everyone to come up. We've got some rotten tomatoes, rotten eggs here for you. And no, we're not going to use a coffin. No, just the body. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and throw a couple at the dead body. Yeah, before we do anything. I don't need any help. There's no pallbearers. I'm just going to just kick this and just roll them over into there. Kick them right in the. There we go. I got a shovel. Yeah, put some dirt on this putrid carcass of a baseball team. I mean, what a pitiful display. So again, you're dearly denied any kind of substance to your baseball season, any joy. They ripped it right from you and finally succumbed to heart failure on Sunday, July 6th. That cute little peanut ticker of theirs lasted all of about four months. And so it is with that we proclaim the 2025 Atlanta Braves with no discernible excuse dead and buried. Cause of death, heart failure. We'll be back with more next. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
It, seems to me that what you folks need is a hero.
Yeah?
I happen to be a hero.
And who are you? 1010XL.
We need a professional hero, not an amateur.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local women-owned solar company. At Clay Solar, we're more than just panels and power. We're about people. We make the switch to clean energy simple, stress-free, and built to last. If you've had a bad experience with solar in the past, we can help. We specialize in dependable solutions and top-notch customer service, so you can finally enjoy the savings and sustainability you deserve. Schedule your free consultation at claysolar.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. As temperatures warm up around us, ants come out in droves. And when they move into your home or business, it's unnerving. Terminix knows that ants add up fast, but Terminix subtracts them faster because living with ants isn't any fun. When ants show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with an ant problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Ticket here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Are you living with diabetic neuropathy? That pain and numbness in your hands or feet? What about chronic knee or shoulder pain? Maybe you've tried various treatments, but they've been ineffective. Now there's a solution. Dr. Ferdinand Formoso specializes in advanced pain management and offers breakthrough neuromodulation treatments for those conditions. His innovative treatments target the source of your pain, offering relief where medications may fall short. All procedures are performed outpatient with no hospitalization required. Just a chance for you to feel and live better. If you want to learn more, Dr. Formoso is hosting free informational classes where he'll explain the benefits of neuromodulation therapies and how they can help eliminate your pain. Spaces are limited, so call to reserve your spot now with offices on the South Side, West Side, and Jacksonville Beach. Relief is possible with Formoso Spine and Joint Pain Specialists.
Get closer to nature.
Trying to get close to these bucks out here.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning, 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Checkmate coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home business. Affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors. Beautiful patios and more to explore. Checkmate coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK. designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bow9 Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. We live in Florida. Seasons change between noon and midnight. Got to make sure you're comfy, and you can do it with the leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects. That's Lloyd's Heating and Air. Top-tier residential service, you bet. No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's, the only name Northeast Florida needs. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is poured at Southern Coast Seafood, now open Mondays. Enjoy craft for $12.99 a pound on Tuesdays. Drink Brackish Wednesdays with $1 oyster on the half shell. Brackish Vodka is the first clean craft vodka made right here in Jacksonville for whatever your sport is. If your sport is crab at Southern Coast, your vodka is Brackish. Southern Coast Seafood, now open Mondays. Brackish Vodka, proud partner of the Jaguars.
Get ready. The Jacksonville Rock Orchestra brings to life the magic of Fleetwood Mac. Like you've never heard it before. A 27-piece symphony fused with a full rock band, performing timeless hits like Rhiannon, Dreams, and You Make Loving Fun. One night only, July 11th at the historic Florida Theater. Get tickets today at floridatheater.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family's secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a dandy today.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Jaguar training camp is just around the corner, and Josh Hines Allen says it's time to rally behind quarterback Trevor Lawrence on FS1 Speak.
But the offensive line has to be better. The running backs, we're going to have to run this ball effectively. You know, in order for him to do what we need to do, we got maximizing everybody else around him.
On the tennis court, Ben Shelton is making Gator Nation proud. The 22-year-old has stormed into the Wimbledon round of 16 without dropping a set, becoming the youngest American man since Andy Roddick in 2004 to reach the fourth round at 3 Grand Slams in a single year. And on the diamond, Maxi Acosta homered and Jacob Berry added an RBI double, but the Jumbo Shrimp fell 7-2 to Charlotte on Saturday night. Sunday's game was postponed due to weather, with a doubleheader in Charlotte on the horizon at a later date. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:59 at 78 degrees, time at 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler, Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Gookin Nation. It's another hour with Duval's Big Dogs of Sports Media. Dan Hicken.
Yes.
Jeff Prosser.
Blah, blah, freaking blah.
And E to the T.
E.T. is the GOAT producer. Rise and shine, Googans. Throw it in there each and every hour. Get you going here at 8 o'clock. It's a Monday morning quarterback. Fred Taylor joins us this hour, so we will talk some Jaguars football coming up bottom of the hour. Football. Got the World Cup coming to the U.S. The U.S. men, it just feels like for 30 years we've been talking about the potential of the U.S. men's national soccer team, and that potential seems to really, peak at not near good enough. And again, we're in the region that we're in for this CONCACAF. It's not like we're taking on the world powers like, Brazil and Argentina and Germany and Spain and Portugal, France. We're not playing any of the good teams. I mean, for Pete's sake, it's Costa Rica and Panama and, Dominican Republic and Canada and Mexico. I mean, come on, man. You got to breeze through that all the time. But they lost to Mexico last night, 2-1. You bet they did, and I don't care what the excuses are. I'm not going to get back in. I already beat them up for winning a game last week against an island who literally is the size of like a small U.S. state, both population and geography-wise. I mean, if you just don't care enough to build a winner, then stop putting them on TV. I mean, right? Can we just treat soccer like it's, the U.S. fencing team? I mean, they get so much, including right here. I guess I'm guilty of doing exactly what I'm complaining about. They get so much attention, so much coverage. The men's soccer team may be the most overcovered for what they deserve sports entity in U.S. sports history.
How much of it is it because you think that the sports media wants soccer to be like one of the biggest sports in this country?
I think what happens sometimes in the media is you end up just trying to self-fulfill your prophecy, because when you're wrong, like soccer's going to get big. Like they've been saying this since I was a kid. Soccer's going to be the biggest sport in America in blank amount of years. And then those years go by and it's nowhere near. And then soccer's going to be the biggest in blank amount of years. And then blank amount of years later and still no one cares. So maybe they're just continuing to... Maybe soccer itself, the sport, FIFA, the leagues, maybe they are paying for the coverage or the platform. It's certainly a very popular sport. I'm not killing the sport of soccer. I'm not. I went to high school in Puerto Rico. We had no football. I played soccer. I don't particularly love it and hate it. I mean, it's fine. I can watch a game. I appreciate soccer, watching a good game. I'm killing U.S. soccer and just the pitifulness that they've given forever with all of this has been coming again. They've been preaching and pumping up soccer. It's coming for 40 years, man. 40 years. And it just doesn't. Not on the men's side. Totally different deal with the winners, man. We focus in on the winners. That's the ladies' side. There's plenty to get excited about and to honor. In fact, I was looking at the women's roster. We got two young ladies from Jacksonville are on the U.S. women's national team, including a starter. Really, one of their best players is a young lady named Avery Patterson. Starred here. Both these young ladies were born and raised in Jacksonville. That's probably an undertold story. That two of the U.S. women's national team members are, not just came here and played or transferred in late. These are like born and raised Jacksonville young ladies. Avery Patterson is a starter. She has been just a superstar player her whole life, including college at Duke. And she's only 22, maybe 23, already a starter. And also there's a young lady from Sandalwood High School. Her name is Mandy McGlynn, and she's a goalkeeper on the squad. In fact, I was doing some reading up on both of them. I was fascinated to learn they were both from Jacksonville, lifelong Jacksonville, born and raised. But I saw that McGlynn, when she made her debut with the big club, her first game was against Argentina, and she threw a shutout. And it's only been there's a handful that have done that have made their debut and thrown a shutout. So I will choose this morning not to focus in on and concentrate on the USA's 2-1 loss to Mexico. I mean, how are you going to... Mexico's got it on cruise control. Everything runs so smoothly down there. They're just pumped full of cash and opportunity. The biggest and best infrastructure in the whole world is right there in Mexico. I mean, who are we kidding, right? Or they're running around in circles down there, but in soccer, they'll beat us. One of the two. It's one of those two things. Or there's cartels running free all over the country. One of those two. I can't remember if they're a well-oiled, buttoned-up machine that has all of the infrastructure and commitment and cash and facilities and training and state-of-the-art analytics and an Olympic Center. And that's right. They have all... Or wait. No, that's us. That's the U.S. that has all that. Imagine if these little countries, I say little, Mexico's not a little country. Imagine if these programs could come use our stuff, how good they could be. You ever think of that? Imagine if Mexico got to come to the U.S. and train at the U.S. training facility and use all their stuff. My goodness, how good they might be.
Probably just the field they would take, and they'd run with it. I mean, instead of playing on dirt, which most of these countries do.
Come on, man. I got today's Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com, the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kingsland. This is, I don't know where this ranks in the all-time, but it certainly catches your eye. When a pitcher throws 100, it's like, wow. And granted, he's starting, got to keep that foot on the rubber, as they say, so he just gets to take a wind up. And if you're a crow-hopping outfielder, it makes sense that you would get a little extra juice on the ball. But did you see O'Neal Cruz's throw home for an outfield assist yesterday? O'Neal Cruz, a center fielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates, nailed J.P. Crawford of Seattle at the plate on Sunday. He did it by throwing home from center field at, you ready for this? 105.2 miles per hour. They say it's the second hardest ever for an outfield assist. It was unbelievable, honestly. One of the best plays I've ever seen. Pirates interim manager Don Kelly said, the guy on third was running in. He didn't even slide. You can't. Who's throwing somebody out from that distance? O'Neal Cruz, apparently the answer. To be able to make that play going that way and across his body, throw back to home as accurate as it was, he threw a seed right to the catcher. It was just an amazing play. One of the few highlights for the Pirates who, let's just further the Shazam spotlight. You ready? The Pirates were shut out by Seattle for the third straight game. That's not the Shazam spotlight. Poor Paul Skeens, by the way, got invited to the All-Star game. He should. He's the favorite to win the Cy Young Award. He may go 4-12 and win the Cy.
That sounds like Felix Hernandez.
Or
10 years ago.
Boy, DeGrom used to do that for the Mets. Jacob DeGrom, 10-7, but with a .000 ERA. No, but the Pirates were shut out third straight game. Okay, they lost 1-0 yesterday. Oh, and if you're wondering, the fastest throw from the outfield in the StatCast era, Aaron Hicks of the Yankees in 2016 threw at 105.5. So 105.3 for Cruz, 105.5 for Hicks. Back to the Pirates, shut out yesterday. So they went to Seattle. They lost all 3 games. They were shut out all 3 games. But that's not the Shazam spotlight. No, the Shazam spotlight is the Pirates headed to Seattle after hosting St. Louis for 3. You want to know what they did against the Cardinals at home? They shut them out 3 games in a row. The Pirates are the first team ever to shut out a 3-game series and then in the very next series get shut out in a 3-game series. It's never happened before. By the way, that Seattle catcher, that Cal Raleigh who played at FSU, hit 2 more home runs this weekend, 34 and 35. He's matched Griffey's Mariners record for home runs before the break, and we still got another 8-10 games to go, man. So, boy, Cal Raleigh, the big dumper is what they call him. He doesn't like the nickname, but hey, sometimes it gets there and it sticks. But, yeah, 105.3. And then you got the Pirates, who in their last 6 games, through 3 straight shutouts, went on the road and got shut out 3 games in a row. Make it make sense, man. It's hard to. All right, when a coaching opportunity comes up, you've got to make it hit. If you're a big boy program, and this is probably even more important if you're not quite that Mount Rushmore. Okay, you're not Alabama or, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving some teams too much credit based on my childhood. Do you include Florida State and Florida now in that? I guess we do. They've each won, 3 national titles in the last 30 years. I suppose we include them in there, even though they're down right now. Same with Miami. Haven't won anything in 20 years, but seem positioned this and most years. But at the end of the day, you look at why teams succeed when they do. And yes, it's easy to point out the Jameis Winstons and the Tim Tebows and the, from Warren Sapp to
Vince Young. Last time Texas was really good.
It's easy to point to those guys, right? It is. But the reason that Florida State won national titles was Bobby Bowden. And the reason Florida's only been great twice in their, for any sustained time, they've been great twice in their entire history, because of Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer. The reason Miami got great was Howard Schnellenberger than Jimmy Johnson. So if you are Florida, Auburn, Tennessee, FSU, Michigan, just go down the list, man. Penn State, go to a top 25 team that's got a brand name that's proven when everything is right, they can win. USC, there's a bunch of them. When you have an opening at head coach, you have got to hit a grand slam home run, and it's more important for some schools than others. I look at Kalen DeBoer. He came into Alabama coming off all that Nick Saban success, and they were just okay last year. They weren't good by Alabama standards, didn't even make the playoff. But you know where Alabama is right now in the recruiting rankings? They're number 2. You can't go to say Auburn and then fall back a little bit and then still be number 2. So there are some built-in advantages for sure for some coaches, but typically it is the coach who takes it that extra level. As good as Mark Richt was as in recruiting and giving you a chance to win 9 or 10 or maybe even 11 now and then games consistently year in, year out, he wasn't Kirby Smart. And without firing Mark Richt and hiring Kirby Smart, Georgia wouldn't have any of these titles, would they? Not based on Rakoff, Jim Donnan, go down the list. That's the point I'm getting to. I bring this up. FSU will have almost certainly a coach on this list. The top 25, and I don't, Florida, by my measure, should have one too. But anyway, it's hard because the worst coaches for Florida, Muschamp, McElwain in particular, had within their short runs really good years. Double-digit wins, SEC championship game appearances. But CBS went through and gave me the top 25 worst coaching hires in college football this century. Now, I'm thinking Willie Taggart for FSU, right? Willie Taggart has to make it, right? I mean, at least that he takes the brunt of what happened. Although Jimbo's checking out again, I'll leave that story for you. I'm gonna just I'll scroll down here. I won't spend a ton on every name that's on the list, although there are some that have at least some tie locally. Like Mike Loxley was a former assistant down in Gainesville under, I believe Urban. I'm not positive on that, but anyway, at New Mexico he went 2-26. He got another job at Maryland. He's been a lot better there. Another former Gator under Urban, Steve Adazio, the Dazzler, at Colorado State went just 4-12. Mike Riley at Nebraska, 19-19. Now I'm getting the names that I wasn't going to mention. All right. Oh, boy, there's some guys that were so bad you forget they were there. Brian Harsin at Auburn, that didn't go well at all. He was he came from Boise, right?
Yeah, he was in and out there real quick.
Yeah, that was not a good fit in a bunch of different ways. You gotta stand by. I can only do what the
World Wide Web will help you.
What the state-issued computer system will let me use. All right. I'm not going to sit here keister in the wind. I have a reasonable expectation to go through my, scroll down and up and click out and about and move it in some sort of, with some sort of expediency. I think that's a reasonable expectation to have here in the seat this morning. And that reasonable expectation, at least for this, now what's turned into 30 seconds, that reasonable expectation is not being met.
Yeah, Willie Taggart comes on this list at number 15.
There you go. You got a computer that works in there. It's fascinating. All right, 15. You go down the list and you see, do Messrs. McElwain, Muschamp, any of those guys? They don't make it, right?
No Gators made the list.
No, they should. No, any. What about? Can I get a Kane on the list?
There's no Canes on this list either.
I was wondering maybe
There was a Charlie Weiss, though, former Florida assistant. Remember when he left to go to Kansas?
There are a lot of guys here with ties to Florida that you wish you hadn't had, apparently, when it comes to your future coaching acumen. But there are some. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to break. I'm going to beat the living hockey sticks out of my computer, and then we'll come back with more on the other side. Like, I'm going to take, a rolled-up newspaper, and I'm just going to pound this laptop. I don't know if that will make it work faster or if it will fix some of the gremlins, but I'm going to go with the time tested. I'm going to slam it shut, and then I'm just going to bang on it like that and see if maybe that works. Sound like a plan? Back with more next.
the home of the home team you grew up with.
McCardell is the Thunder and the Thunder and Lightning combination, along with Jimmy Smith. Quite a duo.
1010XL.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through July 31st. And financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Santa Claus normally avoids Florida this time of year, but not this year. Christmas in July is happening right now at Beard's Diamonds. Get up to 40% off now through July 27th. Beard's showcases are stocked with all new fashion jewelry, exquisite colored gemstone pieces, and the best selection of diamonds in North Florida. Rounds, emerald cuts, princess cuts, cushion cuts, ovals, from a half carat to 10 carats and more. Come and find the perfect engagement ring now at Beard's and save up to 40%. Beard's Diamonds at the shops at Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Henson and the Henson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Henson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Henson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Matty. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
1010XL is the home of Gator Nation and the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. I'm Hacker, and we keep you connected with the University of Florida all year long. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts.
Feeling the Florida heat? Make sure your car's AC is ready with help from Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Right now, get $50 off all AC services at any of their 5 Jacksonville locations. Whether it's a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert technicians will keep you cool and comfortable on the road. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service today and take advantage of this limited one-time offer. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and the 4th of July weekend is upon us. And I know what you're thinking. I can't start a Waco 180 weight loss because I want to eat on that long weekend. Well, guess what? You can eat hamburgers on a Waco 180 weight loss. You can eat chicken, steak, or pork, too. You can even eat lobster because you're eating real food and losing weight. More important, it's fast, easy, and safe. No chemicals in your body, no counting calories or points, or any other fad diet. I can't stress this enough. You eat real food every single day. You know what else you're doing while losing weight with a Waco 180? Eliminating pain, fitting into clothes you haven't worn in years, sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed and energized. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on a Waco 180, and Hacker lost more than 110. You can lose whatever you want. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 Weight Loss will get you there quickly and safely by eating real food every single day. Awaken 180 Weight Loss is the clear path to success without disappointment. Give them a call, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Avery Patterson, well, her mom's probably, she's North Carolina. I've said that all morning. I think I said Duke last segment. Her mom went to Duke. That was what was in my head. So, yeah, I know she went to North Carolina. That's not the one you want to kind of misidentify, is it? So that's like wars there with Duke and North Carolina. These soccer people, man, they just can't stand themselves. They can't help themselves. Soccer, like your snotty, condescending soccer fan is worse than any other fan in any other sport. They're so condescending. And they're just so full of it. It makes you not want, you talked about the media's standpoint, they make you not want to like. Not those. Not the good ones. My son-in-law's a soccer fan. Real soccer fans.
JJ.
Not the soccer activists who get all butthurt anytime someone's not saying something awesome about soccer. Right. Just good sports fans, soccer fans are fine. These condescending ivory tower, better than you jerk-alongs, the 2 or 3 that have to feel compelled to get up on that horse way up there and shout down to us what we do and don't know and stick to baseball. Why do you? Yeah, what soccer story are we missing again? Pele? Which ones? Why should we not talk soccer again? What big misrepresentation have we given about soccer again? Which one? If you can't stand the narrative and description that goes along with the U.S. men's soccer team, then you need not listen to U.S. men's soccer team talk. There is nothing positive to report. There is no glowing, evolving power that be. Stop it. But more than anything, just if you want to grow your sport, you got to resist the urge to get up there like you're the only one that has the cheat code to the soccer rules. It's a joke. Like you're the only one that knows who, Arsenal is. Quit it. And then they come with, so in Mexico, they don't have stadiums. We don't play an NFL game there. Hey, buddy, there's the point. Way over there, you missed it. Yeah, the point's way over there. You're right, buddy. They're playing soccer in Mexico this Saturday morning, just like they are out at your little neighborhood park. Yep, sure they are. Sure, there's high school programs in Mexico that people come from all over the world to play. But they got us NFL stadium, so you got me. I mean, you guys make rooting for soccer hard, man. You make it hard. How about demanding your U.S. team win some games there, soccer guys? This is where the participation trophy started. It started in soccer. I can see why. And that's real. I was a parent when participation award era started, and it started in soccer. I can see why. You jokers, man, don't know how to get out of your feelings and man up and go win anything, bro. The women do. The women do. The women do it to a degree that we have to be somewhat critical of them when they beat somebody too bad. But come on now. You're going to get all offended in your feelings? You're all butthurt this morning about soccer? You're going to tell me how much we know and don't know because your vaunted U.S. team couldn't beat Mexico last night? The U.S. will host the World Cup in a year or 2 years, and we'll go stumbling out like we always do, which is fine. Don't act like it's coming and we're all don't know what we're talking about. And you guys are like in some, like, again, some magic cheat code of soccer that, your typical football fan wouldn't understand. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Quit it. I'll take good, constructive soccer news and drop it in. We've done that here. The news isn't good this morning. Your Team USA lost to Mexico in the, apparently there's something called a CONCACAF Gold Cup. I kid because I care. Yeah, your country's going to host the World Cup. Yeah, your team lost last night. What do you want me to tell you? They won? Oh, U.S. Soccer's here? No, instead I'll get, we have 4 of our regular guys that weren't playing last night. Yeah, well, our regular guys? What, the ones that lost last time? I don't think we need our regular guys. Do you? I think we need some irregular guys. We need some no longer regular guys. I think that's kind of what we should be shooting for here. FSU got a big one on the recruiting trail this weekend, a 5-star defensive back, and he's a legit 5-star, number 2 cornerback in the entire 2026 class. Now, it does matter who you're looking at, right? I mean, it matters which service you're looking at, but, I mean, you give me a guy who's rated in anyone's top 30, he's good enough to be a major contributor. So, big thing about getting Chauncey Kennon from Sarasota is it was in state. I mean, a big part, I think, of whoever's going to get ultimately the bigger leg up between FSU, Miami, and Florida State is the FSU, Miami, and Florida as they race to relevancy. If one of those 3 coaches more than the other, if they all survive and sustain, if one of those coaches more than the other recruits the state better, that team is ultimately going to fare better. And FSU has built their success that they've had has come via the transfer portal, almost exclusively. The best players that have suited up over in Tallahassee, the Jared Verses, the Jordan Travises, the Trey Benson, Keon Coleman, they're all transfers. I mean, most of the real impact guys have come via the transfer. Not all, but most. And they've suffered somewhat when it comes to recruiting. Well, this yesterday gets them up trending at least towards the top 10. I think they're 11 in On3's composite rankings, and that's a good spot to be, especially, like I said earlier today, considering you only won 2 games a year ago. Billy Napier had a really strong June, and he's continuing in July. They've continued to add players, and they're up into the top 15 in the recruiting rankings as well, and they've had to come from way back because they were like, I don't know, May was like 64th, was it?
Yeah, it was around. It was mid 60s. Yeah. They were behind like UNLV.
Right, everyone.
Yeah.
All right, so baseball's All-Star game is, I guess, next Tuesday would be the date. I really enjoy the All-Star game. Ever since I was a kid, I've enjoyed Major League Baseball's All-Star game. It's by far the one you get the most pushback to who the All-Stars are, right? Of all the sports, isn't there more conversation about snubs in baseball than others? It feels that way to me. And yesterday we had an all-time. This one's bad, man. I mean, Juan Soto should be in the All-Star game. And by the way, Mike Trout should also be in the All-Star game, and he's not having a good year. They're All-Stars. It's who we pay to see. That's the exhibition we want, baseball. Allow, if somebody is so good as a first-year player or from off the radar to nowhere, make them earn their way in by out-producing a superstar, headline-grabbing, big-name player, right? I mean, yes, every team has to have a representative, but after that, if you're putting somebody on, I don't think you should. I don't need a representative from, the White Sox if it means that Juan Soto doesn't make a roster. And I know they're in different leagues, just the point being. But that's not going to change. You got 30 right off the bat that are guaranteed spots because there's 30 teams in MLB. And so, Juan Soto missing the All-Star game was, to me, the only one that just screamed, that's stupid. That's the only one. And there's other arguments, don't get me wrong. And you probably have a favorite player or your favorite team has a guy that you feel should be an all-star, and that's great. That's called baseball passion. But, I mean, Juan Soto's hitting over 200. I mean, he's hit over 20 homers. He's got over 50 RBIs. He's a big market, big name player. There's no reason he shouldn't be on the all-star team. Kick Matt Olson off. He's having a good year, not as good as Soto. And I know they play different positions. I don't care. By the way, the Nats fired Dave Martinez. Anyone in Atlanta watching? Just curious. I'd love to roll Snitker right on top of the body while we're at it this morning. Maybe because he's a coach in the All-Star game, he's avoiding a fate that should have long ago this season befallen him. Brian Snitker should have been fired by the Braves already. Fred Taylor next. You're listening to The Drill.
You know what the secret of life is? One thing. Just one thing.
And what's that? 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Frank Franzi here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville's full of memorable sports moments. Remember Tiger Woods' 60-foot putt on the iconic 17th? Gary Coate called it better than most. Better than most. Well, Coil Fencing is better than most. They're better than all. Coil has been that for nearly 100 years. So if you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today. That's at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com.
Hey, it's Joe C. Summer in Jacksonville means the sun is hot, the grills are fired up, and your water heater probably full of sludge.
Nah, not mine.
Think, when was the last time you flushed your water heater out? It's okay, you could say it.
Probably never.
Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059 or at plumberandjacks.com. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Tired of high energy bills? Well, replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now. Don't miss Renewal by Anderson's summer sale. Buy 4 windows or doors and get the 5th one free. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months, but this offer expires July 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
ET here, and if you've ever been injured in an accident, you have 14 days to see a doctor and protect your insurance benefits. You have the right to choose your own doctor, too. And I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation, the auto accident experts.
The rumors and trades.
That is the game within the game.
The decisions and deadlines.
Our work is not done now.
The off-season overflows with surprising storylines.
I'm all ears.
Let AA Automotive and 1010XL guide you through the off-season.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Oh, it's hitting holes and breaking hearts. I've been watching him up close since the Florida days. Fred Taylor that joins us each and every Monday for the Monday morning running back. Freddie T. Good morning, my friend. How are we doing?
Jeff, I'm great, man. I'm great. Hey, at the top, in the introduction of the show, it says Monday morning halfback. Well, you hand it off to the Monday morning halfback.
Okay.
And it prompted a question.
Yes.
So it would be you and Dan, right?
Okay, sure.
Yourself and Dan.
Okay.
Who's going to throw the ball? I mean, who's the better quarterback between you two? You got any skills?
Yeah.
Shoulder okay?
I mean, listen, I'm going to say, how can I say this nicely? Because he can throw a nice ball, don't get me wrong. But I think every time that we have ever played sports, like in any kind of flag or anything, I think he plays quarterback because it requires the least amount of. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be nice here, man, because I'm not positioning myself as you. Don't get me wrong. But in flag football, we need a guy who can just kind of set his feet and lob it to a spot. Played it like Werfel. Let's put it. I'll be nice and call him Werfel.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah.
So you guys don't rush the passer, is what I'm hearing.
Well, no, we get a couple of young bucks for that, Fred. I mean, there's no football where there's only 2-on-2. We'll just do our old man game on the out. But by the way, when we played, we weren't old men either. We're like 20s and 30s and stuff. It's been a long time. So back in the day,
you haven't played ball in over 20 years?
Flag football, I'd say my last. No, I mean, I with my kid, throw it around kind of stuff. But an actual, like a flag football, like an air it out or something, it's a little less than 20, but not much less. I mean, my kids were probably like middle school age, and they're 29. Yeah, probably 15 years ago, maybe. But I'm 58, Fred. I'm old, man.
Well, no, I mean, you're seasoned. You're not old. We're not going to throw you out. Yeah.
There's other stuff that I can still do.
That's my rule of thumb.
Yeah.
I haven't played football at least maybe 5 years.
Now,
last
okay.
Christmas vacation.
And what was and so what did that entail? When you say you haven't played football, and like for what when that last time that you played football, what did you do? What kind of play? Flag? Is that what it was?
It was flag.
Yeah.
It was a family Christmas vacation trip.
Okay.
We were just out in they have a pretty big size yard there, and we were just out playing, and that was my last real action.
Yeah, I've kind of done that.
Terrorizing them.
Yeah, I've done some of that. That's not the kind that leaves you sore. I only count if it's the kind of football that leaves you sore. And if you go play flag football 2 quick games and you haven't been playing, you'll wake up sore the next day. I can usually survive the backyard, even still.
Kind of like the football that's coming up the next few weeks.
Yeah,
training camp.
Yeah,
that's going to leave you sore.
That's right, and because you're just going to be, even though. The guys remain in great shape. It's different when that pounding occurs those first 2 or 3 days. What is a perfect – look, you've been through it all, right? I mean, people that weren't here, y'all don't even want to know the kind of hellish, situations that Tom Coughlin could put his team through back in the day to get them ready. The NFL rule players have had enough. NFL rules have changed, so it's nothing like what it used to look like. But if you were putting together a training camp, Fred, what's the right amount of prep time that you need to make sure you're ready to go in 2025?
I'm going to press the rules as far as I can press them.
Okay.
Because I do believe in repetition.
Okay.
I'm going to do, what I was taught, by one of the greatest coaches to ever coach in the NFL. You have to push the guys. You have to challenge them each and every minute. He learned to back down, but yet he still pushed you to the limit. And you don't have a lot of time on field right now. So you have to take advantage of, creating an amazing plan for the staff, for the players, the training staff, the equipment staff, because it's really about recovery, but you want to also focus on mental reps, and as well as repetition on the field. For example, Travis Hunter is going to need as many reps as he can get on both sides equally so he can be the best he's going to be, because he's going to be facing all pros on both sides every time he steps out there. And if he doesn't know his assignment, or if he's not equipped properly, he's not going to be able to thrive to the highest level. So we have to be able to find reps for him best we can throughout that window that we're allowed. So I don't know, man, but back in the day it was kind of crazy when you look at it. 2 days, every day,
Fred,
110 degrees, rain. That was slightly.
He practiced y'all so much that us media boys would get fatigued because we're out there just out in the sun watching. I mean, this dude was just nonstop. Then we'd go across the river and eat lunch, and we're right back over there 3 o'clock on the field again, man. Y'all were, and we were watching.
You had to be as prepared and ready for the second practice when you're exhausted. I'm talking about your toes.
I know.
Your toes were on fire.
Yeah, I believe it.
Along with the other soreness. But, it was something you can look back on. And I compare it to the NBA prior to our rules changes. The NBA sort of kind of took a turn, and now they call it soft. I just call it evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Same with football. The rules changes create opportunities for the fans. Maybe the real fans don't love it. Some people tend to compare it to wrestling and with the hitting, but we're used to it now. I think we're past that stage where we can all agree that the game is faster. It seems to be safer. It's still exciting. I mean, we're watching the greatest sport ever invented, and I just wish we would have got paid a little bit more. That's a joke. Because all of the older guys tend to complain.
You took the
about
bigger
that.
beating. Yeah, that's
correct.
That's a lot of people.
I love the game, man. We're just a few weeks away from welcoming the Steelers to town.
Yeah, you know what, Fred? We sometimes it just it screams at you and you don't see it or hear it. And I think I brought this up to you way back when, before any of the offensive line changes were made. I remember I said, what's the over-under on new offensive linemen? And it was 1/2, and it was 1.5, and it may be 2.5. We may not be done. This suddenly has dawned on me as well, Fred. I'm a fan of a 4-13 football team. I'm a fan of a 4-13 football team that couldn't stop the pass last year, that only forced 9 turnovers. I drafted the best cornerback probably in college football. I'm misleading myself if I think that he's going to play receiver all the time. We're going to see him 40, 50% on defense. It occurs to me that he would be the best cornerback on the team, would he not? And if that's the case, doesn't he have to be playing, I don't know, all the time? So my new hot take is, I think at least out of the gates here, Fred, we're going to see the guy's going to be going full-time both ways. Because as you know, full-time doesn't mean 100. It might mean 80. It might mean 70 with just a little bit of extra rest. But how much when they announce the starting lineups for the season opener against the Panthers, is number 12 going to be on offense and defense? That's a good question.
I think it's a great question, and it's one question that's really left to decision or determined by Liam.
Yeah.
Right. And, we all as fans on the outside, because I haven't heard much, throughout the course of OTAs and practices or whatever, only what I've heard in the media, which is what most fans tend to hear, that Travis is going to be receiver first and then, maybe get some duty there on the defensive side. Originally, I thought it would be an easier transition to do it the other way around, where he would be a full-time corner and sprinkle in some shot plays, reverse plays, some distraction plays on offense, maybe 20 to 25 per game, because it's easier, I believe, to get him in that sort of flow than it is defensively. But we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they have a plan, and they've discussed it numerous amounts of time. Again, the key is going to be finding that perfect amount of plays for Travis and perfect situations that he can go in and be the best that he could be, because here's a kid who played every snap in college. The pro game is different. In college, in the Big 12, he wasn't seeing Jamar Chase every week. As a DB, he didn't see a Jamar Chase every single week.
Sure.
And then on the flip side, he didn't see guys like Pat Surtain. Now let's say, for example, if they were playing the Steelers in the regular season, Jalen Ramsey, if he were lining up at receiver. So he didn't see these guys weekly, but he's going to see them weekly, each and every single week. But the teams are going to have to be smart in terms of the repetitions that he's playing because they don't want to over-exert him. Like, they don't want to burn him out. It's a very long season, much longer than the college season. So it's going to be some trial and error there. But to answer your question, I believe he can be a number one receiver or a number one DB. It's about where they want to place him.
And in fairness to them, they never said he's a starter on offense and not on defense. All they said is we're going to start him on offense, and that makes sense with the playbook. I mean, we don't know if their plan isn't for him to be the starter on defense, and then and to play ultimately. It'll be fast. I wonder right now if you made a wager, which side of the ball will he see the most snaps this year?
Sure with all these different betting platforms, it's out there somewhere.
Yeah. I wonder which one. What would you say? Will he play more offensive or defensive snaps?
It really, I can say this. If the run game is amazing, I would say he'd play more offensive snaps.
Okay.
But most times, the defense
can control things. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really good question, man. And I think if those sites are listening to you, they're going to create those, that bet and those odds.
Yeah.
But I guess let's just play with it. Let's. I'm going to say he's going to play more defense.
Okay, we'll see. And that would
just throwing it out there. I don't know either way, but I believe at some point he'll find a niche, and they'll probably all find a niche and agree that he has potential to be a lockdown elite cornerback, which might be needed. And also, it also depends well the other guys are playing. If it's a true need, where's the greatest need?
I would say this. Well, yeah, because if he plays receiver, he's not the best receiver. If he plays corner, he's the best corner tomorrow. In my opinion, with all due respect to, everybody else, Tyson and the rest of them. I think that Travis Hunter is the best cornerback on the roster. He may ultimately
I'm gonna fight for Tyson.
I hear you. I know you're a Tyson fan. I got you.
Injuries. I'm a huge Tyson fan, and I know he's dealt with some injuries. But when he's healthy, he's not a slouch, early second rounder, could have possibly been first rounder. But but that's a great argument, right? It's debatable.
Yeah.
So until he gets an opportunity to see the elite pro style receivers, I'll reserve that right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, offensively, I think his ball skills outweigh anything he does, and which might mean he can be just an amazing receiver.
Playmaker.
He's a playmaker.
We don't have any of those.
He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
He's a playmaker.
We haven't had enough.
BT?
Yeah, BT is for sure. Yeah. For sure. But we haven't had enough. I should rephrase it that way. All right, listen, we'll talk more specifically about camp next week and as we get closer. But after this long off season and what we've seen and all of the tremendous amount of change since mid-January to now, across the board in every form or fashion. Tell me what you feel best about this football team, like whether it's a position group or a player or a position, and then what maybe would have you most concerned about this football team if they're going to become a playoff team this year.
You know what? I like the fact that Tony Baselli is in the building.
Okay.
That in itself, I know what Tony brings. He brings that, Coach Coughlin mentality where it's black and white. And, Tony's not shy to tell you how it is. And that goes for the people, in the front office he's working with as well as the players. He's going to see the players in the hallway and tell them, look, man, you played like this week. And he's not going to, sugarcoat it. And but it's a term of endearment. Like he's trying to motivate these guys to be the best that they can be, and hopefully they can look at him as a Hall of Famer, a guy who's done well and who cares about the organization. Hopefully they can say, you know what? Well, he believes in me. He sees something that I don't see.
Culture.
Right.
We've had a culture lapse
here. That's what you need. Liam, I'm excited about Coach Cohen. I would hope that he turns the offense around and really gets the best out of Trevor, because we have yet to see Trevor's absolute best as a former first pick. So I'm hoping that from an offensive standpoint, they can find, and push that button, and we can see Trevor finish in the top, 3 to 5 in passing this year. James Gladstone, I just love his demeanor and meeting him. I think he's building a good roster. So I'm just excited across the board for the Jaguars. And change, it's intriguing. It's very interesting to see how everything is going to pan out. So back to reset, another season. Again, excited for a 4-13 team, and I'll always be excited for this team because one day they're going to do something good for this city.
Oh, we got to go to a Super Bowl, Fred. We got to get to a bowl.
Yeah,
we just get to a bowl.
Hopefully, this is the start of it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Don't want to put too much pressure on the guys in the new regime, but hey, every year is pressure, right?
That's for sure. What you got in the pivot? What's going on? Where you been? Where you going?
We just left Vegas talking to who is it? Athletes First guys. We did a financial panel.
Okay.
Just basically, it was a life panel.
Gotcha.
The do's and don'ts.
Sure.
Desires, decisions. That sort of stuff. Don't end up being one of the 87% of guys who are broke or have filed bankrupt.
It's such an important message.
So basically it was like a life skills sort of panel that was led by Financial Awareness Talk. We got a variety of guys on the show, so got some good things coming up. The Pivot Energy Drink is officially here.
Oh.
I got to send you guys a case.
Yeah,
so you can
do
try
that.
it.
Okay.
I think it's amazing across the board. So,
All right.
got some good things going.
All right, sounds good. Always enjoy our conversations. We'll see you next Monday.
All right, Jeff, looking forward to it, man. Be good. And go throw that football. Warm that shoulder up.
Well, now I throw it around a little bit. I'm just talking about getting out and getting sore. It's been a while. And now I got a grandbaby 2.5 boy coming, so we'll do it all again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. All right, have a great week, man. There he goes. That's Fred Taylor. He's one of our favorites. Freddie T. There. Bye-bye. He gone 90 yards. Come back with more. The 9 o'clock hour. Dylan has got 2 chances to take part in the 9 o'clock. I hate to even say it. So he's chomping at the bit in there. We'll do that and more as we get you going now into the work week. Hope you enjoyed your long weekend and you're joining us this morning, all digits intact. That'd be good. Back from inside the divorcemenonly.com studios next.
Connect with 1010XL.
On the line, with your friends. Now everyone's exchanging ideas.
Find 1010XL on your social channels.
Here's Linda Beaver.
The dog days of summer are here, and so are the hottest deals of the year. Whether you're hauling down the street, cruising on the beach, or just escaping the heat, we have the ride you're looking for and the wow you experience you deserve. Save big on select models with sizzling summer savings, low financing, and limited time bonus cash on all trades. So don't sweat it. Come beat the heat at Beaver Automotive, where the summer deals will wow you.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it work. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwoods the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwoods. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwoods. San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
The Drill.
From the DivorcemenOnly.com studios.
They were right. It could have waited. I can't believe it happened to me. Reaching to check my phone. Now my family has to hear that I'm never coming home again.
Officer?
I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
Every day, 9 people on Florida roadways don't make it home. I was one of the people that didn't make it home.
Ride with Do Not Disturb. Every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none?
It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachers here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachers Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachers Plumbing, here to help.
Hey, gang. Hicken here from my friends at Zero Res. The cleaning freaks, good time, right? We got graduation parties. I went to a couple this weekend. Summer barbecues, festivities, family gatherings. Man, we need Zero Res. Cleaning freaks will make that house look better, feel better, smell better. They darn sure will. And by the way, Zero Res, if you don't believe me, 4.9 rating on Google with over 8,000 reviews. Big summer savings for you guys. 3 rooms of carpet clean right now starting at $129. 3 rooms, carpet clean, starting at $129, and take 20% off air duct cleaning. All you got to do, visit ZeroResJacksonville.com or call them, 287-5727, and ask for the 1010XL special. It's Zero Res, man. You spell it forwards, it's Zero Res. You spell it backwards, it spells the same. Zero Res!
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Go inside your home team's locker room with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline.
Check out my blog at 1010XL.com
so you can catch all the news and nuggets you need to know.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
Hacker here, and guess what my scale reads? 195 pounds. I'm shocked seeing that number, but it's there every month. The weight is staying off after dropping 122 pounds. Absolutely life-changing. Awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is excited to support an evening of all-star fun as comedian David Spade joins MC and Gator basketball great Patrick Young to induct Olympic swimmers Nancy Hogshead and Ryan Murphy, golf legend Jim Furyk, and the iconic Lizard King into the Sawyer Sports Foundation's Jacksonville Sports Hall of Fame, presented by the Nimnick family of dealerships. Saturday, July 26th at the Community First Igloo. For single ticket and table sponsorship, go to JacksonvilleIceman.com.
The playoff-bound Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are in full swing at the newly renovated VyStar Ballpark. Your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game, and kids round the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable, family, fun.
Brian Wall here. Would you take your paycheck, go to the bank, cash it, and then simply throw it up in the air? I didn't think so. But in a way, over the years, that is exactly what you're doing if you have old or builder-grade windows in your home. Even if you have a brand new home, those windows are not the best windows you can have to save on your energy bills. Window World has sold millions of replacement windows to homeowners like you, and Window World's customer satisfaction is the highest in the business. Please check Window World out yourself and save on your new windows and on your energy bills. Compare with other companies and you'll see Window World is simply the best for less. It's up to you. You can call Window World and get a free estimate, get the best guarantee in the window replacement business, save money on your new windows, and save more on your energy bills. Call Window World today at 904-443-7001 or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by YMCA of Florida's First Coast. Trayvon Walker just missed out on a unique honor. CBS Sports' Cody Benjamin named the top NFL players by jersey number, and while no Jaguar made the final list, Walker got a shout-out for number 44 thanks to his rising impact on the edge. On the recruiting trail, Miami Northwestern's 5-star wide receiver Calvin Russell III made waves over the holiday weekend, committing to Syracuse over heavyweights like Michigan and Miami. And it's go time for Sporting Jacks. Training camp opens tomorrow as the club gears up for its debut Gainbridge Super League season. They also locked in a major jersey deal with Ascension St. Vincent, bringing local health care power to the pitch. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 9 o'clock, it's 80 degrees. Time at 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler, Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece.
It's a perfect summer for Sharks football. The 50th anniversary of the shark heard around the world. Jaws. And Blood in the Water with the San Antonio Gunslingers coming to town this weekend, Saturday night in the arena. We'll bring in head coach Jason Gibson right now on the hotline, getting his squad ready. Had a nice little off week. Does it come at a good time, Coach? Do you like your team to get a little bit of time off, or do you like to just keep them on the grind?
I like the time off,
yeah.
To be honest with you. We were banged up, so, to be able to get that bye week right before we go on this stretch run, I think was huge.
I don't think we played San Antonio this year, or am I mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
Am I forgetting a game? What do you expect out of them? I'm curious how different your opponents are week to week, or do you face similar trends with each opponent that comes up?
Schemes kind of run the same a little bit. There's only so much you can do, but they've got some. They got about 4 or 5 ex-Sharks players. They're not doing hot this year, but they got some ex-Sharks players, and there's nothing better than going back to an old team and trying to hand them a loss. So, I don't take anything lightly. That's a big game for us.
Yeah, for sure. 9-4, and where do things? How has the other scheduling worked out for? I know when we talked to you last week, it seemed like you had control of your own destiny. It's a loose term. You do. So, you got 2 home games. You got maybe a trip to Tulsa sandwiched in between. Does that sound right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So if we can win Saturday, we lock in a playoff berth. That's the good news. But
okay.
We want to get a home playoff game. So that's not the ultimate goal, but to go from where we were at last year to be able to lock in a playoff game with 2 games left in the season is huge. You mentioned something last time we were in studio with us, and you kind of mentioned it in passing at the end, and then I thought about it since, and I don't know if we've talked about it as a subject matter, or at least give one answer. But, kickers in football are funny. They're kind of like umpires in baseball. You don't really notice them or care that much about them until they do something wrong, right? You just expect them to be right. And you got a kicker, man, who has become kind of a weapon, don't you? He is huge. He hit 4 deuces.
Tell people what a deuce is.
So on the kickoff, you kick the ball to the upright, you get an extra 2 points on the kickoff. That's free points. There's no defense for it.
Okay.
And he hit 4 deuces. That's 8 points. So we got another whole touchdown without the offense ever touching the field.
Now, give us an example. Is that common? Like, do other kickers, are they knocking these things through too, or
not like he is? There's one other kicker in the league that does pretty good. The way we do the math is this: if he hits 2 of them in a game, that's 4 points. That means you have to score another touchdown to be able to make up the difference.
Excuse my ignorance, Coach. There is no penalty for not knocking it through. It's just a bonus if you do. Like, you don't have to declare.
Well, the ball comes out to the 20, which is like,
okay. I see. You could try and like sock them in. Like, yeah, I got you. So the difference is
a lot of teams will pinball the ball and try to kick it back.
I hear you. Yeah, you'd rather go
I'll
ahead.
take the 2 points.
Sure. How long is that kick? And I know, and for people that don't know, and shame on you, get down to the Sharks game this weekend. The goal. The goal posts are not actually posts, but are extremely narrow in the indoor game.
9.
9. And what
9
is
feet.
What is it in? What's regulation? 15 maybe? What's it?
15.
16? 15. So how far is that kick? The deuce, as they say.
Well, you got to figure it's a 50-yard field plus 8-yard end zone,
so
and the goalpost is 10 feet off the ground. So it's got to be a
60-yarder, basically.
60 plus just to clear the bottom.
through the narrow. And this dude did 4 in a game.
It's narrow too now.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, there's another thing that I love in sports, and that's like when you get like a big contribution from a local guy. And there's no more contributing position in sports than quarterback in football. And this Tyler Huff, who played, I believe, at Ridgeview, man, he has just been, you picked him up May 20th, and Coach, he's just been fantastic for you, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's keep getting better and better. I mean, he played at Ridgeview. He played at Jacksonville State, led him to a championship. I think he was a conference player of the year, but, I mean, the guy just, he leads by example. He's an unbelievable kid, but, he does it with his feet and does it with his arm. He made some throws, 2 weeks ago in Iowa that were just, the windows were so small. And he only played 7 games. He's, leading the league in rushing, leading the league in, yards per game rushing, and I think he's 80% completion percentage, and we've only had 1 turnover in the last 7 games. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And
yeah, we got lucky.
The stability at that position as well. And so, yeah, just a chance either to follow one of the locals here. Tyler Huff from Ridgeview is the quarterback for the Sharks. They've been playing really, really good on this little hot streak as well. Well, we need a win at home coming up this weekend against San Antonio. Coach, I know you look down now at that palm of your hand. I know that number's written there.
Oh, yeah, you got to get it's going to be a good game, too. 904-621-0700. So hopefully we can be a big game against San Antonio. It's hot as can be outside, so I'm looking forward to getting back in the arena.
Yeah, I bet.
And get a playoff first. That's huge for us.
Let's go. Well, it's been a good bounce back so far. We'll finish it out. Got 3 regular season reign and on to the playoffs. And that's Sharks coach Jason Gibson joins us every Monday morning. Appreciate you, Coach. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you bet. All right. Sharks at home this weekend again, and we gave away our tickets already, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
That was for the 6 o'clockers.
Yeah, 6. You football fixers got to get up and take advantage. I saw something yesterday that I'm not sure I've ever seen, and I wonder if this will now start a trend. Goodness knows that this is a strategy that could have, and in some cases should have been employed already by some of the other massive failures when it comes to this endeavor. I'm talking about throwing out the first pitch at a major league game.
Okay, I seen one over the weekend.
We've seen some doozies through the years. It's always fascinating to me, like with the Cubs, like how do they land on who's going to throw out the pitch? Like I saw somebody throwing out the first pitch for the Cubs this weekend, and it didn't make a lick of sense to me. Why was he there? Do we know?
I know where you're going with this. I have no idea why either.
Alvin Kamara,
yeah,
who I don't know where I know he played at Alabama and then Tennessee. He's been a New Orleans Saint his whole career. I don't know what, if any, ties he has to Chicago. I assume maybe he's a Chicago kid. But Kamara became the latest in a long, long list of professional athletes who learned firsthand just how hard it is to pitch. Like, I think you take it for granted, and so many of these guys walk up there like they didn't even practice. Big mistake. You see NFL quarterbacks who make a fool out of themselves when they try and throw a pitch from the mound. Well, Kamara got the nod to throw the first pitch at the Cubs game this weekend at Wrigley Field against St. Louis, and let's just say it didn't go well. But then Kamara, again, by my count or by my notice, I've never seen another guy do this. So he goes and he throws the first one. It didn't even hit the dirt in front of home plate. It's one of those laughable, oh my gosh, look at this guy, can't even throw a baseball moments, right? You know what Kamara did? Give it back. I want to redo. He took a mulligan. Kamara then took a mulligan. The 29-year-old reached back and this time threw a much better pitch. It was still a ball outside, but at least it was over the plate. And so he got to have his second chance to make a first impression. I've never seen somebody completely whiff on the throw and then have the nerve to ask for a redo. And by the way, most of the times when you miss it as bad as Kamara, I'm not saying it was a great idea to ask for the redo.
No, yeah, I usually walk off like 50 Cent.
Yeah, you just got to walk off, because here's the bottom line is, after you watch the way that first pitch went, it would be easy to think that if he throws another one, it's not going to end well. So I noticed that for Alvin Kamara over the weekend. Threw one of those all-timers that would have lived in infamy, but instead said, nah, I'm going to do it again. And, sure enough, threw it almost right over the plate. It was a much better throw.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, he has no ties to Chicago that I see. He played at, like you said, Tennessee and Alabama, played high school at Norcross High School up in Georgia.
Yeah, I thought he was an Atlanta kid, so I don't know what the tie is to Chicago, but hey. Hey, Jumbo Shrimp. Alvin Kamara, apparently a big first pitch guy. Go get him. I've got a stat here that is, I appreciate the dig. And the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, one of my Braves Nation guys has pulled this up, and this is alarming. I think, you know who gets the freest pass in front office sports? Drafters in Major League Baseball. Like, you don't pay any attention to the draft. You don't pay any attention to the success of the draft. You don't know what your third rounder is this year. You don't know how many picks you have. You don't know. I mean, it's just, occasionally you'll look at a prospect list and it'll say this guy was picked whenever, way back when. But like the draft in Major League Baseball, you just really don't pay much attention to. Do you feel me?
100%.
Like in all sport, like if I tell you Lamar Jackson or Jamar Chase, or where he went to college, when he was drafted, what round, what pick. Whereas, if I tell you the Braves lineup top to bottom, you can't, or the Cubs or the Yankees for that matter. Like, when was Aaron Judge drafted? Who knows? When was, just name it. Now, in baseball, too, you got a lot of international signings. Not everyone comes via the draft, but this is true in any sport, and I don't care who you are and how much you rely on free agency in some sports versus others. But I'm about to read you a stat that will make you wonder how Atlanta even goes 500 ever. Never mind, has all these winning seasons in a row. In case you missed it, we officially had the funeral earlier today, and I put him in no coffin. To put that stinking rotten corpse, I kicked it. I kicked it into a hole that I dug in the ground, and then invited y'all to throw rotten eggs and tomatoes onto this carcass of a dead on date. All right, you ready for some numbers? In the last 5 years, the Braves have drafted 64 pitchers. All right? 64 pitchers in the last 5 years. If you go the last 10 years, the Braves have drafted 160 pitchers. Of those 160 pitchers taken in the last 10 years, 5 are on the current big league roster. In the last 10 years, you've used 160 draft picks, 5 currently on the roster. Now, Schwellenbach and Strider are a couple, so that's good. But Reynaldo Lopez, a starter who's injured and out, no. Chris Sale, a starter, injured and out, no. From 2014 to 2024, they had 15 first-round picks, the Atlanta Braves. From 2014 to 2024, the Braves had 15 first-round picks. So 15 in 10 years. Currently on the Braves roster, Austin Riley. That's it. What's the word I'm looking for? Pitiful. That's pitiful. So, yeah, maybe we need to get Clint Eastwood or whoever the scout was from the fake Braves movie and put him out on the road. Because I don't know what these guys are doing on the scouting, hitting gentlemen's clubs and throwing back shots, apparently, because finding talent doesn't seem to be ringing through. They've used 160 picks in the last 10 years on pitchers. 5 are on the roster. They've had 15 first-round picks going back 10 years. 1, a grand total of 1 is on the current roster, and he's Austin Riley, and he's meh. We're inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. You're listening to The Drill.
Fasten your seatbelt. Your afternoon Uber drivers. Come on, let's take a ride. The Franchi Show.
It's a big mobile.
Let us give you a lift.
0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds.
Afternoons 4 to 6 on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus, Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Life is just so busy this time of year. Between work, the kids' games, family vacations, I need a yard hero to free up my weekends.
You mean somebody who does mowing and trimming?
Yeah.
How about mosquito control?
Yeah.
What about irrigation and pet waste removal?
You do that too? You're my lawn hero.
Find your lawn hero at heroeslawncare.com. Heroes Lawn Care, because every lawn needs a hero.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at ITP Partners. We're facing interesting economic times, right? Dow goes up, Dow goes down, Dow goes up, Dow goes down. Tariffs, I can't make sense of it, but my guys at ITP Partners can. Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money, and that is a comforting thing. It's the experience, it's the expertise, it's the knowledge, and it's the openness of Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They're always there for me, right? Always there for me. And listen, 3 generations of Hickens have invested at ITP Partners, and they listen, and they give us each individualized strategies where our goals become their priority. It's a great time to get in the game. ITP Partners are always there to help. Chris at ITPPartners.com. Easy to get a hold of, or call 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
Hey, this is Coach Jason Gibson of your Jacksonville Sharks. I know the importance of a strong game plan, and that's exactly what I've got with Clay Solar Installation Partners. They did the install of the solar panels at my house, and I couldn't be happier. Lower energy bills, clean power, and a winning team that made the whole process easy. If you're looking to save money and go solar, trust the pros at Clay Solar. Call Karen at Clay Solar today and tell them that Coach Gibson sent you.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is thrilled to announce you can get all of their flavors and original vodka at PJ Liquors in St. Augustine. PJ Liquors, since 1999, has been serving up summertime fun. Now enjoy Brackish Vodka, the #1 local vodka in North Florida. Brackish Vodka is the first clean craft vodka, and you can find their 9 flavors at PJ Liquors. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Need a new air conditioning system? Don't sign anything. Call Ideal Conditions Heating and Air Conditioning, your AC experts. Just ask your AC. For brand new systems, we have special financing for 60 months, subject to credit approval and for approved systems. Call for details.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJacks.com.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's most interesting option. 1010XL's Media Mogul Hicken here. Watch for Musing with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook. Made possible by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. As temperatures warm up around us, ants come out in droves. And when they move into your home or business, it's unnerving. Terminix knows that ants add up fast, but Terminix subtracts them faster because living with ants isn't any fun. When ants show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with an ant problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Get ready. The Jacksonville Rock Orchestra brings to life the magic of Fleetwood Mac. Like you've never heard it before. A 27-piece symphony fused with a full rock band, performing timeless hits like Rhiannon, Dreams, and You Make Loving Fun. One night only, July 11th at the historic Florida Theater. Get tickets today at floridatheater.com.
Firehouse Subs has fries. Their hometown hero since '94 just cranked up the heat. Hot subs, crispy fries, golden, pillowy on the inside, and perfectly seasoned. Over 30 Jacksonville locations. Firehouse Subs, homegrown and now with fries.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. The nasty time.
Wake up in the morning feeling like
it's funny.
Hey,
what up,
grab
girl?
my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city. Before I leave, brush
Yeah, the movie with Clint Eastwood is Trouble with the Curb, and I guess it's his daughter that I need. Time for the 9 o'clock Nasty. I don't know what to tell you. The boys get excited. Dylan will take over those duties here momentarily, and we'll trend. ESPN, with training camps just on the horizon, is surveying league executives, coaches, and scouts to help rank the top 10 players at 11 different positions, from quarterback to cornerback, everywhere in between. 6th edition of the rankings, with players moving up or falling off of last year's list. Guess we can identify as needed. There's one sure sign of a struggling football team. It's when your dudes are trending the wrong way on these kind of lists. And to wit, I bet you both Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence at the end of 2022 were on this list of top 10 at their position. Guarantee you. We forget where Travis Etienne was, especially that playoff year. An explosive weapon. The second or third in football in rush receive yards combined. An 1,100 yard, 5 yard a carry back. Ooh, to get that guy back would be nice. I bring him up in particular because up today, the running back position. So the top 10 players at running back. And what really jumped out at me, I haven't looked at this list yet. This is the first of the positions. We'll get D tackles tomorrow. We'll no show there. We'll get Ed rushers on Wednesday, and Josh Allen will be in the top 10. Safeties will come Thursday, we'll no-show. Tight ends will be Friday, we'll no-show. Interior offensive linemen will be Saturday, we'll no-show. Offensive tackles will be Sunday, we'll no-show. Quarterbacks will also be Sunday, we'll no-show. Off-ball linebackers will be July 15th, maybe. Wide receivers, July 16th, BTJ will be there, and cornerbacks, July 17th, will no-show. So we're going to no-show the top 10 list at just about every position, including today's position, the running back position. We don't have any running backs that would be in the top 20 if you're going by what we need to see. But what really jumped out at me, the glory era for running backs, it is not. I mean, honestly, and I can think of the one thing what has kept Fred Taylor out of the Hall of Fame to this point is he just happened to match up with like the 12 guys that were going to put up Hall of Fame numbers at the same time at the same position in the league. Like it's uncanny. Like Fred was the top 3 best among the extended run of all those guys, but every year he was like 4th or 5th or 6th best because somebody's having some stupid individual year. It'd be Priest Holmes, or it'd be Sean Alexander, or it would be Jamal Lewis. It would be
2,000 yards.
It's all, yeah. And then you have the Falks and the Tomlinsons and the Curtis Martins and the Bettises and it was just chock full of.
And the beginning of his era too. Like I'm thinking about it. Like obviously the quarterbacks were good with Brady and Manning, but they weren't like the guys now where you think of like Mahomes and Josh Allen and Lamar. Like they just put up stupid stats. It wasn't like that for the first. Not that I can remember the first 6-7 years of his era.
Pull up 2004, 2003 NFL rushing leaders for me. That would be in the middle of Fred's career, right? Or 2002 even. And I bet you the top 10 is going to be just chock full of big name dudes that ran for like 1,500 yards, many of them.
All right, let's see.
2002. Here. Who's at the top of the list?
Jamal Lewis.
What did he run for?
This is 2003. Jamal Lewis, 2,000 yards.
Okay,
66.
next.
Amon Green, Green Bay, 1,800 yards.
Next.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
How many?
1,645.
That's your third best running back, LaDainian Tomlinson. Keep that. Next.
Deuce McAllister, 1,641.
Yeah, it was, again, McAllister, though, for his little window when he was healthy and productive. Okay, next.
Clinton Portis, 1,591.
Look, number 5, almost 1,600 rushing yards. Next.
Fred Taylor, 1,572.
Fred Taylor, see, that's a point. He's 7th that year. With how many?
1,572.
Yeah, 1,572 is top 3 running game almost every year in today's NFL. Now, when Fred played, he was 7th behind some of the Hall of Fame levels, say LaDainian Tomlinson, and some of the Johnny-come-lately look at me this year.
Then you got Stephen Davis with 1,400, Sean Alexander, 1,400, Priest Holmes, 1,400, Ricky Williams, 1,300.
Listen to those names, and we're down in past 10, right?
No, okay. Ricky Williams is 10.
Okay, keep in mind when we get down to number 10 in the current state of running backs. That's what I was getting to. The number 1 running back in the league right now, Dylan?
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon. He had an unbelievable year. Last year he was ranked number 4. Fantastic. Which means he'll probably have an injury this year, and we won't hear from him. Last year, Christian McCaffrey was him, right? He was coming off this incredible 2,000 combined total yards. So the team went to the Super Bowl, and yeah, injuries do him in. But Derrick Henry at age 31 is still now this year the 2nd best running back in the league. Last year he was ranked 9th.
It's crazy to think. We're in 2025, 10 years ago, they won the national title, Alabama, and that was the senior year where he went. Remember, they played Auburn, the SEC title, in the national championship game, and the playoff game, too, where he had like 40-something carries in like 3 of those games. Something insane.
Workhorse, and he had an unbelievable workload in high school as well. Already the 3rd best running back in this top 10, according to ESPN, is Jahmyr Gibbs. He's a terrific player. Bijan Robinson of the Falcons, number 4. And now the Christian McCaffrey coming off of injury is the 5th. Christian McCaffrey coming off an ACL is the 5th best running back in the league. Josh Jacobs, journeyman, number 6. Jonathan Taylor, number 7. James Cook is the 8th best running back. Joe Mixon, number 9. Alvin Kamara is still number 10.
And everybody expects this might be his last year in New Orleans. Just because of his age.
Up to number 29. Honorable mention, Bucky Irving of the Bucks. Now, he's a guy that could jump on this list next year. Aaron Jones of the Viking, that's just kind of a classic slashing running back. Put a foot in the ground and always, going to get you 1,200 yards. Devon Achane, Breece Hall, James Conner, also receiving votes. Not a single vote for Travis Etienne. And again, I want to know what what did this list look like in 2023? I bet you, where was Etienne? Top 5? I mean, he may have been. This is 2025 version. Let me see if I can get, okay, here's last year's list. Let's see if last year's list will give me the preview. Yeah, now let's go back one. Here we go. It's 2023. Oh, I can't get in, damn it. Does that count? Is that a cuss bucket word?
Not for me.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, I don't have it here, but I bet you he was there. All right, you want to trend? Let's trend. We're going to do this quick. This guy was just Dylan came in really for one reason, not to get the extra cash, not to be a part of the wildly fascinating drill program. It was strictly to do the 9 o'clock nasty.
I'm here for it.
Number 5.
Before we start, Jeff, I got some confirmation from Taylor Dahl. Alvin Kamara is an ambassador for NASCAR.
Oh, and NASCAR's up there.
And NASCAR was in Chicago.
I gotcha.
There you go.
Atta girl, Taylor. Thank you.
Let's start with number 5 here. Joey Chestnut. Remember the over-under, if you wanted to bet, was 71.5. He got 70.5.
Okay. I got an e-card here right away, and I'm not going to be the guru of dog eating, but I have followed this. What is this half? When is that a thing?
I guess he ate either the hot dog or the bun.
No. It's a whole. You don't finish it all, you get credit for none. So that was weird right off the bat. Like, they put a half, and then people say, well, why do they put the over-under at a half? Well, so you have a winner.
Right.
So you go over or under. You can't finish on a half. And so I immediately just discounted the whole event. You're going to give the guy credit for eating half a dog. I can't keep up.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I just saw, because I was at Jack's Beach all day, and there was no internet because I think the entire city of Jackson was out at Jack's Beach, and there was no cellular service. So there was one point I checked Twitter. It said 70.5. I said,
now, so you just kind of hang out and party at the beach all day?
Yeah,
what's going on out there?
One house
Good
to
fun?
another house.
Nice.
And then went out to a spot with old Graham.
Okay.
And a couple of West Siders. And then
Graham, Cam, and West Side. You guys just tearing it out. Oh, yeah. Run those streets many times, my man. Those are fun days, too, in the spring, or the opening of the beaches, spring, and all that good stuff.
Number 4.
All right, Jeff. Alex Cooper, you might know her from the podcast she does, Call Her Daddy. They do girl advice, like
we
I'm talking to this guy, and what should I do here? And, he's talking to me. I think I like him. I don't know. How long should I give? Just that kind of thing. It's one of the top 10 podcasts in the world.
Oh, it is.
So,
well, good for her. I don't
know whatever it is.
Don't know who that. I don't know who she is.
So, talking about the Chicago Cubs with Alvin Kamara, they wanted to have her do the take me out to the ball game, and it was rang with boos. If you can't hear it, I'll play this clip right here.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ground.
Yeah, they don't like when you.
Mommy's a peanut.
She's got parents behind her dancing.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Come back, so let's
boo her.
Root for the Cubbies.
Yeah.
If they
the problem here. Oh, I've heard enough. The problem is not that she's a bad singer. It's that she's like acting like a joke. That's the problem that they have with that there. Take me, like she's, being some sort of, Chrissy Clown actor.
Yeah, not cool.
They don't like that. Just if you're a terrible singer, that's okay. But sing it like you mean it, not like it's like a joke. I think that's what ticked them off there.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Call me daddy. I can only imagine what that's about.
Number 3.
I'll digress there. Number 3. So I don't know if you saw. There's a video I went out from LeBron James, and we're ready for him to retire because Jeff, he was on the golf course. When you're in the prime of his career, I don't think he was ever on a golf course, and I think he's ready for his next chapter. And there was a lot of people on social media in the comments section saying, "Yeah, my man's ready to retire," and put that script.
Yeah, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. That is just the dumbest, stupidest, unfunny. It's not even funny. It's just the two have nothing to do with each other. Hey, dimwits. You know how many pro athletes golf in their off season? I mean, Josh Allen is out doing YouTube videos with these channels. So yeah, golfing most certainly does not mean that you've retired. Perhaps LeBron's just been following my man ET's social media and he sees how much golfing ET's been doing.
That might be it. It is funny. Like, baseball players play a lot of golf. Football quarterbacks are really good. Now that I'm thinking about it, like basketball, I know like Jordan did.
I bet you they play a lot more than you think they. Steph Curry's a great golfer.
That's
they all love golf. Golf is the problem is that golf is when you're a kid, especially it's hard to play golf. It's expensive. And so a lot of kids, pro athletes, don't grow up playing golf. But golf is I don't care how good you are or bad you are. Golf is a mesmerizing, addictive, beautiful, fun 4 hours. That's what golf is.
And it's an unconquerable hobby.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Every time you play good, play bad. I don't care. It's better than what you could have done 4 hours anywhere else. It's the best. Golf is the best. Period.
Number 2.
In the story. It's the best.
All right, we can't have a 9 o'clock nasty without a little bit of nasty here.
Oh, no. Here we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
P. Diddy got the verdict. He's guilty on 2 counts. Remember, I told you about the outside the courthouse, the baby oil. Everybody was celebrating with that, which is weird.
It's beyond weird. Yeah, whenever we celebrate like sexual abuse, it's probably emotions misspent.
Yeah, or if you have, if you want to celebrate, you should probably do it inside your own home.
Or if you want to celebrate,
it's on video.
Sure, if you want to celebrate that, I'm a baby oil bareback, whatever. Good for you, you loser. So if you celebrate out in the city streets of America with baby oil, you're just a loser, man. I don't know what to tell you. You can do it. You have the right to. Pour it all over yourself. Yeah. You're some kind of special breed of loser, though, man.
I'm going to stay away from them. But on TMZ, I read the headline, Diddy gets a round of applause from some bad boys. Fellow inmates cheered him post-verdict, lawyer claims.
Okay. I don't even know what Diddy's in or out for. I don't care. This just in. The celebrities of the world are a freak show. It's just in. And we learn it every day. Decathlons turn into women. Great singers turn into, they're all a bunch of psycho freaks. Period, man. We can't take our cues from Hollywood and from performers. They're lunatics.
Especially the ones that, get fame really quick when they're kids and they just never live a normal life.
Bro, it's amazing to me. The dumb lead the dumber. I mean, the people take their cues on intellect and policy from people that didn't make C's in high school, but now they've got a social media feed and a top 10 album. They're smart? Yeah, no. Scientology,
number
anyone?
1.
That freak show going.
All right, number 1.
Oh, no, he said it.
Number 1 today is the release of the college football video game, number 26. Last year, it made its return. In over 10 years, the second one it's going to come out today. And a lot of people are excited. This is the last game that I get excited for, Jeff. I know we were talking about video games last week.
Okay.
Before we went away.
Yeah.
For the 4th. It's one of those where you got to download it. It's probably going to take about an hour to download before you start to play it. And then you get in the game, you probably got to wait another 10, 15 minutes, but it's all worth the wait, and you can see all the college football players and their new teams, and it's a good way to memorize the players before the season starts.
It really has. These video games have become my generation's baseball cards.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we learned about sports and positions and where guys went to college, and because they were on the back of the baseball and football cards, whereas now you learn it all over the course of the video games. This will all be enjoy it. Enjoy the last remnants of Madden and console gaming. It'll all be virtual in 10 years.
Yeah,
every video game is going to be played with a headset. So right now, the race for these video game producers is going to be how to design a game now where when you play quarterback, you're looking through your eyes at the field. You're not just looking on the screen.
Daniels is doing with that VR stuff.
It's coming. It's coming where there aren't going to be any video games that you play now that are incredibly, realistic and complicated. Ultimately, going to look like Pong from back in the day, where you just bing, bing, bounce the ball back and forth.
Yeah, it was fun. I was hanging out with my buddy yesterday. We were trying to get a GameCube, trying to get an extra controller, so we wanted to play NFL Street from like 2000 or 2001. Those are the best games, the simplest games.
I like
Ricky Williams or NFL Blitz.
Yeah,
the best games.
Again, man, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. If you grew up in the video game culture of just of growing with the games and the technology, it wouldn't be a big deal. But when you're in one level of technology and you leave for 20 years and you come back, it's like, man, you may as well ask me to speak German.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right, that's what's trending. We'll come back, introduce you to Jaguars today. Back at full staff tomorrow. Hick and he both back. Appreciate Dylan pitching in with us these last few days as well. But you're inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. The great thing about live sports, you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, how did he pull that off?
Get the most live play-by-play on 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
The dog days of summer are here, and so are the hottest deals of the year. Whether you're hauling down the street, cruising on the beach, or just escaping the heat, we have the ride you're looking for and the wow you experience you deserve. Save big on select models with sizzling summer savings, low financing, and limited time bonus cash on all trades. So don't sweat it. Come beat the heat at Beaver Automotive, where the summer deals will wow you.
E.T. here, and if you've ever been injured in an accident, visit my buddy Dr. McGowan at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. You have 14 days to see a doctor and protect your insurance benefits, even if you're at fault. And no matter what you hear, you have the right to choose your own doctor. So I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. Their auto experts will guide you in every step of the way to ensure the care that you need. Your recovery starts with McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation.
Storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through July 31st. And financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Since 1901, generations of skilled union workers have built the backbone of our community. Hospitals, schools, the buildings where you work. Every year, a new apprentice class of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians is stepping up, trained, driven, and ready to do great things. They're not just building our city, they're building their future. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to become a member or contractor today.
Hey, Jacksonville, Hicken here with a game changer. Look, I've tested the field, and I got a winner. It's Checkmate Coatings. And Checkmate Coatings, keyword there is coatings. That's my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results. And they'll coat anything, right? They can coat your garage. Start there, man. You change your garage, it is a game changer. Like I said, it is a game changer. They will coat your patio, your pool deck, your driveway, whatever you want, they can do. And Brendan's the owner. He's an awesome guy, man. Brendan's a local dude, understands floor coatings, understands the chemistry of it, can sit there and talk with you. He's got Jacksonville crews keeping prices low with no massive overhead. So here's what I tell you. Just check them out. Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings. It's your floor's missing piece.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 7th, 2001, the NASCAR's first race back at Daytona, after Dale Earnhardt's death, Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the Pepsi 400.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Hal Sutton when he famously said, "Be the right club today"? Well, that's what Coil Fencing delivers. The right fence today. And they've been delivering the right fencing for both commercial and residential properties for nearly 100 years. If you're in the market for a new fence, call Coil & Sons today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE jacks.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Go to WM.com/Duval.
You wouldn't drive your car 50,000 miles without an oil change. So why are you ignoring your septic tank? Septic tanks need to be pumped every 3 to 5 years. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic pump out with the pros at Duck Duck Rooter.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy. Why so glum?
Stinky ice cubes, Jason. It's all downhill from here.
What?
The tap water at my place smells kind of funky. Funky tap water makes funky ice cubes. I meet a nice girl, invite her back to my place for a cocktail, and blow my whole romantic gesture with a mojito that smells like dog's feet.
Wait, I can totally make you way cooler.
I'm not taking your charity ice cubes, Jason. I have my pride.
Your pride is safe. Our plumbers can be at your house the day you call and install a whole home water purification system. Water tastes better, dishes come out cleaner, even your hair feels better after you shower.
Ooh, the ladies love a man with soft hair, don't they, Jason?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend every day worried about the water in your own home, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Send your favorite person a sweet summer surprise today from Kuhn Flowers, creating memories for over 70 years. This is Max, and it's just so easy. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com. Jacksonville and Ponte Vedra.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, let's see. Put my finger here. Yeah, the body's cooling down. In a couple of hours since we buried it in the cold, dank soil of anywhere USA. So the body is cooling down. Hopefully it'll putrefy and the maggots will come eat it. Get something out of the Braves baseball season. At least the maggots can have it. Maybe it'll be just a big upgrade to maggot life. This carcass that I've thrown 6 feet into a hole that I dug myself. Just went ahead and dug it. So in case you missed that, I'm cooling down on the sport of baseball. I think I'm going to give it up. The All-Star game were revealed yesterday. It should be an asterisk next to Major League Baseball All-Stars. Because as long as you have this goofy system in place that was designed for like a 12-team league, not for a 30-team league. Not a 30-team league where every player gets to play on national TV every night with their cable deal. Not a league where you play interleague and against each other all the time. It's so baseball. There's just so missed the boat in every angle. He's just run by a legendary. This home plate umpire situation gets worse and worse when these jokers. And yesterday, what game was I watching where the guy just okay here? Oh, it was the Yankees game. The Mets batter, and they threw one that was barely off, and the Mets management complained. And then the next pitch was like a foot off the plate, and the umps, because that's what they are, rung him up to show him. They're just a bunch of ugh. Anyway, having a player from every team is dumb when you got 30 teams. Again, that was great when there was 12 teams in the league, and you didn't get to see everyone over the course of the year. But just granting a spot to someone, it leaves some terrible missteps, in my opinion. Soto is the name that should be on there, but this kid also for the Cubs is having an unbelievable year, Suzuki, and he leads, I think, all majors in RBIs. How are you not on the team? I don't get it. All right, Dylan.
Now, the 2-minute drill on 1010XL.
All right, Jaguars Today is coming up next. Mike's in studio. What do we got there?
Good morning. On the All-Star thing, I think
it made more sense when you didn't see every team all the time. Like, we grew up, you'd see literally one game a week, unless maybe TBS or WGN. That was it.
That's right.
One game.
Yeah. Sometimes we'd have a stretch. They'd have like a 6-week period where they give us Monday night baseball.
Right. I love Monday night baseball. Like,
but
people
Saturday
remember it was on ABC back in the day.
Yeah.
Right. They had like a month and a half for whatever reason they fit that in with Monday night baseball. But it was a big deal when you saw somebody line up and you're like, oh, that's what the Seattle uniform looks like. You really didn't know.
100%.
You saw it on your baseball card. Right.
That's right.
That was it. But I truly think, I don't know if this is the reason they do it anymore, but you're going to talk about it. Everyone's going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Jags. But you know what I mean? Like, if Soto's on the team, it doesn't get mentioned.
Soto is why you have an all-star game. Unless a guy like that is hitting 100, with 8 homers and he's injured, I mean, if his numbers are good enough, he should be on the game. Baseball doesn't understand. They're terribly run. They miss so many opportunities. They do it wrong every time.
But you'll probably watch the All-Star game because it's the only thing going for 3 days.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they've got kind of a captive sports audience.
I'm not a big home run derby guy, and I'm almost getting to where I prefer it.
Yeah, I'm not
a derby fan. The game though, I don't like all the no names. That's not an all-star game. It's not the prospect game. Put them in the futures game. And I'm not saying there's not a rookie or two that deserve it. But when you're giving me the best player on the Marlins I've never heard of, you're losing me.
Yeah.
Unless he's having
Steve
an all-star
made a career of winning 13 games and
Rick
being
Mailer.
an all-star.
Yeah.
So,
I grew up with Rick Mailer.
A bunch of them.
There's that. All right. What you got coming up today?
Today, Dylan, Denmark, and I.
Oh.
Yes, that guy.
Double duty.
I know. Double duty, Dylan Denmark.
Yes.
We will go through every one of the major offensive position groups in the AFC South and rank where the teams are compared to each other.
We're getting there. It's time to get down to cases.
I will say this: Jaguar fans are very bullish on the online polls we put out today.
I think there is some more confidence in the offensive side of the ball based on what the Bucs were able to do. Now, granted, that was the Bucs and their personnel. We'll see how much that can translate here year one. All right, Jaguars today is coming up next. We're back, as I said, E and Hick both back tomorrow. Until then, have a great 20 hours. We'll see you.